Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tales of Agius. We've got all the players here, and who's this? Who's it? Morgan? Morgan, what are you doing here? This is Morgan. No, New Rolls is next week. What are you doing here?
Oh, fuck, you're right. So sorry, my mistake. Sorry, I'll leave.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, now that that's sorted out, welcome back to Tales of Agius, everybody.
Who are you?
Episode 11. And we have, as you can see, our very first guest player, the wonderful Attack on Morgan, who of you have seen in many wonderful things, including Neuralis. But yeah, we have a wonderful guest joining us. Morgan's going to be with us for a few sessions. It's going to be a fun time. Everything's going to be great. And their character is very wonderful. You don't see any character art on the screen currently or any character information because that's a little secret that we're going to hold on to for a minute. But you'll find out pretty soon. But before we get to that, we should probably recap what happened last week. So, last session. The group of you all arrived, all 10 of you arrived in the, what was that? My PC made a noise at me. What happened? What's going, storage settings? Go away. Anyways.
That was your
Sorry, guys. I don't know what that was. Yeah, that's going to end up in the clip for the week. Oh well. Anyway, you all arrived in Mystral City, the harbor side city of Gloria, finally reaching the coast and perhaps making your way out soon. The group of you decided after 2 weeks of travel that you should probably freshen up, so you all went to the bathhouses together and just freshened up and felt good. Bishop found a ring of some kind that someone seemed to have left behind, but, finders keepers, so Bishop was able to pocket that. The group of you then decided to start splitting off to do different things. Bishop went down to the docks to find out about ships and perhaps, different locations that things could go to, and the prices were, relatively pricey. For certain places, it kind of varied, and then, much to Bishop's dismay, found out that the minimum waiting list currently, as this is a busy city, the current minimum waiting time is about 2 months. So you're not gonna be going anywhere for a while unless you can figure something else out. But yeah. We then went to, why are you guys balancing things on your head? Stop it! What are you doing? Nerds. Anyway, what happened next? For Aridia, Sybil, and Astra, you guys went to do some dress shopping as you need a little distraction after Astra arriving in the big city. Suddenly realized, oh, people know who I am and are staring at me. Uh-oh, that's not good. So was hoping to get away from the spotlight for a little bit. See, that's what happens. Fuck around and find out, Abigail.
hydration check, nerds. I already did it, nerd.
Nerds. Anyway, I'll do mine after the recap.
There is no hype.
Yeah, you went to a lovely fine clothes store called Liana's Luxuries, where you met the wonderful Liana, who spent some time with you all, and you all had a lovely dress montage where you all tried on different things and picked out some wonderful new outfits. And then, somewhat to your surprise, at the end, when it came to the realization of, oh, we've got to pay for this now, Liana said, no. For you, my lady, it's free. So, yeah, a little bit of Astra's status as the fallen star kind of giving a little leeway there, and perhaps it was the only thing that was asked of was that if someone asked you where you got your new garments from, you would give free promo. It's the other way, Morgan. ADHD cats, swear to God. And then after that, Veldren went looking for yes, you nerd, went looking for a bakery, but on the way found that they were being tailed. They tried to lose them, but was quickly caught up to by an old associate of theirs, Felt, the roguish tabaxi who is grown up a little bit since you last saw him. But yeah, I was able to guide you back to the bakery, where you were able to meet up with Sybil, and the two of you stepped inside and met with the owner that runs this definitely just a bakery. The wonderful halfling Elfric, who, upon hearing Sybil's name, confirmed their full name, Sybil Holloway, after mentioning that there had been more guards present and more guards kind of keeping an eye on things for the past couple of weeks. Reason being is they were looking for a Sybil Holloway. Reason being was because she was supposedly convicted of murder of 2 council members, which was an event that happened at least 2 years ago. So something seems fishy here, but regardless, the city is on a little bit more of a high alert looking for this individual. After these conversations, you decided it would be best to go and meet up with the others. So you headed out and started making your way back to the sort of town square that you'd agreed to meet everyone else in a few hours. But on your way there, you ran into a group of armored soldiers in black armor, leading them at the front, a figure wearing a helmet with horns and glowing eyes, and you could not see their face. Sybil immediately knew who this was and recognized the mystic elite, whoever they might be. But they are bad news, and they decide to very quickly try to hide in an alleyway. And Veldren, being the absolute charmer that he is, decided the best way to hide was to how shall I put this? I'll just say it plainly, honestly, decided to kiss Sybil to try and draw attention away. A little bit of PDA to scare people away, and it seemed to have worked, as there was a moment of hesitation when you thought you might have been seen, but then the Mystic Elite moved on. And as you were kind of taking a moment to collect yourselves, down the far end of the alleyway, you heard some commotion, as it sounded like someone was getting into an altercation with some guards. And that actually is not where we're going to pick up today. We're going to go back a couple of hours. Perhaps maybe to around the time that the group of you are deciding whether you're going to, go your separate ways and start making your way off. And as that conversation is happening, we kind of pan away from that and head down towards the docks, where a ship is pulling into port. Large sails, a pristine-looking hull, and name along the side that reads The Cruel Lightning. As the ship pulls into dock, the people on board start to moor up, kind of knowing their place, they kind of have this spot reserved. But yeah, they are able to go through the motions of mooring up the ship and starting to set up. We see a few figures moving around on the ship as one makes their way over to the captain's quarters and knocks on the door. Captain, we've arrived in Mystral City. Cordelia, would you like to describe yourself and what you are doing this morning?
I'd love nothing more. Sure. So, sitting in this kind of like throne of a captain's chair behind a desk full of papers and stacked with trinkets from all different places across the land sits a woman, a water genasi woman with light blue skin, dark green curly hair that almost looks like seaweed. She's got a dark blue eye, but her other eye is cloudy as there's a scar that runs right through it. And there's another scar across her nose and one on the left corner of her mouth. She has a purple captain's hat with a gold border and a peacock feather tucked into the brim. She wears a white button-up shirt with a long V, a purple and blue striped underbust corset, dark purple wide leg pants that sort of cinch at the ankles, that have crisscrosses all down the sides, tall black boots, a long dark blue coat with gold buttons, and on the inside of the jacket, a wave pattern is kind of seemed to be made. She has her sleeves rolled up so you can see on both of her arms she has brightly colored tattoos of different sea creatures. So you can see the beginnings of an octopus on one arm, and on the other you can see the end of a jellyfish and a starfish. She's a dagger strapped to her right thigh. Her shirt, her button-up is buttoned down into a long V, but there is a mess of gold and shell necklaces, and then also a necklace with a ring on it. She's got a ring on every single one of her fingers, a few corded rope bracelets on each wrist, and her ears have gold piercings all up and down them, but she has a little lightning bolt dangly earring. And she sort of sits back and goes, "Well, it's about fucking time, Hawkins."
He assumes that this is an invitation and will kind of open the door and kind of step inside. We see a tall elven man with very pale skin, kind of long, strawberry blonde hair. I was trying to think of the word there. Strawberry blonde hair down his back with kind of braids around the sides. His arms are covered with almost snake-like tattoos down both sides that kind of seem to almost ripple as they kind of catch the light. He wears a sleeveless satin shirt that again has the same sort of shimmer to it. Leather pants and leather boots with a nice brown belt around his waist with a obsidian tooth-like dagger strapped to it. Kind of steps inside. His almost blue glowing eyes with the whites of the eyes are actually dark as he is a pallid elf. But he kind of just looks to you kind of with a kind of sarcastic smile. Oh, we got here as quick as we could, but it seems we're on time at least for your little deal. What's with this thing anyway?
Oh, well, that's for me to know and for you to mind your own fucking business about. She says all this with like a cocky little smirk on her face.
And kind of like crosses his arms. It's like as if 30,000 gold wasn't enough. Still. Nice to add a little something extra to the pot. And he really only, this professor guy, he really only wanted this one thing?
I
I
know.
find that hard to believe.
Surprising,
Chip-
ain't it? But you know, all those intellectual professor types, they're all weird and fucked up there.
I mean, yeah, they use big words and they just think like they own the place, but it just doesn't sit right to me. I mean, the ship was completely unguarded and all he wanted was this one thing, and he, I don't know, seems strange. Whatever it is, it'll be good to get it off this ship.
Are you questioning my judgment?
I would never.
I didn't think so. Listen, Hawkins, you've been with me for a while now. I think I know what I'm doing here. So you can wait with everybody else either back at the ship or explore the city. Up to you, but I've got a client to go meet.
Kind of just shrugs and will kind of gesture to the doorway, and then we'll kind of step out. The sunlight kind of beaming into this space. And you head out onto the deck.
As I walk past him, I will sort of kind of tap him twice on his cheek and go, "Good boy," as I walk off the ship.
He will like pull away from that and kind of like a little bit of like a snarl. Just like, ugh. But yeah, you step out onto the deck of the Cruel Lightning. It is a beautiful summer day here in Mystral City. You've been here many times before. You know the city relatively well. You know the touristy side of this town. It's very much a kind of like vacation destination for sure. There's lots of ripe with people to be pickpocketed and taken advantage of in a way that you're used to doing, but you don't need to do that right now because you're sitting on a big amount of gold right now, so you're sitting pretty good right now. But yes, you took this mission, shall we say, this quest from a Professor Oslo, who had asked you to go to this shipwreck and find this artifact and retrieve it. With your special abilities, it seemed like you would be the best person for the job, considering your Ganassi heritage and your ability to just be able to breathe underwater indefinitely. So you were able to deal with that, and yeah, sure enough, you found a ton of untouched treasure, and he specifically said, if you find anything else, I don't want it, it's all yours. I only want the artifact. You had your doubts. You thought, well, there's gotta be something, like maybe it's haunted, maybe there's items cursed or something, but it's been a couple weeks and nothing seems to have happened. Everything seems fine. So yeah.
I'm definitely like
too good to be true, but
she's walking with her head held high. She's like flipping a gold coin in her hands as she's sort of walking, and before she would have walked off the ship, she would have grabbed, which is now strapped to her axe, this great axe. But it doesn't look like a typical great axe. It's made out of this blue stone material that ombres from darker at the ends to lighter towards the middle, and the hilt is a silver metal with a dark brown etched leather handle. That is strapped to her back. But she's sort of walking. She's got one hand in a pocket. She's flipping a gold coin. Just like not a care in the fucking world.
What is your passive perception, by the way?
14.
14. Yeah, you would notice kind of, even with
Mhm.
this kind of like just this beautiful day, kind of taking in the scenery, you would notice Tarian has kind of gone to the edge of the ship. He's kind of looking over the
Mhm.
side. Seems to be looking down at the dock, and he seems to. He's kind of you know him quite well. You've had him for a while. You can tell he's already eyeing up the next score as he seems to be
course.
looking down at another ship. His dagger is kind of like twisting in the wood because he's kind of pressing it against the side. And as you kind of like look to where he's looking, you see a shipment vessel that seems to be loading and unloading some spices of some kind. You've seen similar ships go back and forth quite a lot to the Aurora Isles. To the unknowing, this might just seem like a regular trade ship, but you know there's some suspicious business going on here, and it might not be best to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Not because you think you couldn't, but because it would definitely bring repercussions later.
Yeah.
But you see him just kind of eyeing it up still, kind of just thinking about it.
Can he see me from here?
He's transfixed on the ship currently. Seems to be kind of doing the calculations in his head.
I'm gonna put 2 fingers in my mouth and do the I wish I could do it. My mom can do it, the crazy whistle to try to get his attention.
Yeah, he'll kind of just like turn, like everyone like turns and looks at you when you do that. Like the whole like ship stops to look to their captain.
And I'll just do this as I sort of slink off into an alleyway.
Okay, yeah, you head off the ship, off the docks itself. Yeah, and you start heading out into the streets. I'm assuming you're making your way towards this professor's offices.
Yes, I am making my way to the professor's.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you know the way. You're able to make your way there pretty quickly. Are you just openly walking, or are you hiding yourself? It's a busy city, so it's not like you. There are, I mean, you know that there are a decent amount of guards around, but you don't know if they would all know you or know what you're about or even care. And it's also a very like busy, like this is like again like holiday town, tourists everywhere, like the big crowds, like so you don't have to sneak around, but I'll give you the option. It's up to you.
I think she knows like. It's a little tricky sometimes being in this city given her job. So I don't think she's not like stealthing, but I think she's like trying not to draw too much attention to herself, which is difficult given the way that she dresses. So I think she's more just like going about her business, you know?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you make your way kind of through the streets, kind of just passing by people. You see just all kinds of people from all sorts of places. You definitely see some kind of some dragonborn folk and some kobolds and stuff like that may have come from all the way from Draconum. You see, you probably see a couple other genasi as well as some elves that you know elves, but you definitely see a couple of elves that you would know are specifically Eladrin that have come from the land of Phelan, as they were kind of affected by the magic that happened there. But yeah, you have a relatively uneventful travel. And you are able to kind of make your way to these offices, and yeah, you are able to kind of. It's in a kind of like gated off space, but the gate is kind of unlocked, and you can kind of step in, kind of stepping off the streets into the kind of this open space, and yeah, you just see the offices before you, and as you kind of step up. Kind of towards the door itself. Yeah, you can just step up. Do you knock or do you just Usually this door is locked.
Yeah, I'll knock.
You knock. You don't get a response for a little while.
I'll knock again.
The second time you knock, probably with like a little bit more force this time,
Yeah.
the door is ajar.
I will put a hand on my dagger that I keep at my thigh and sort of push the door open a little bit and go, "Honey, I'm home."
No response.
What do I see when I kind of like open the door a little bit more to kind of poke my head in?
Yeah, you see kind of a almost like reception type area. It seems relatively normal, just kind of empty. There wasn't an assistant or anything here when you were here last. But there is kind of like a desk there that seems to be relatively untouched, that just kind of in this sort of reception area. You know that the his kind of specific office is a little further back, towards the back of the building. But you don't hear anything.
Professor?
Nothing.
I'm gonna like creep in, but I'm on guard, very high alert of like something's not right, and I will make my way to where his kind of office is.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way to the office itself, and you see, actually maybe a perception check as you're kind of scoping the place out.
Yeah, sure. Remember how I said earlier I have the perfect dice for this character? But I couldn't tell you these are called Sunken Treasure.
Oh, incredible. Love, 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 love.
18.
18. You make your way towards the office door, which again seems to be slightly ajar, but as you kind of reach for the handle, you look and the handle, it's one of those ones where it's kind of it's like the doorknob that kind of you like twist to open and stuff.
Yeah.
The doorknob itself seems to have almost been crushed down, like it's been gripped really hard. It's still on the door, but it's like something opened this with an extreme force.
Oh, I don't like that. I'll push the door open.
You push the door open, and you see an office that was, the last time you saw it, kept very pristine and was very well kept. Kind of like stacks of papers and tomes and everything. There were a few kind of like dressers with drawers and stuff like that. Now, the place is a wreck. The desk is where the desk is kind of almost has like marks kind of on it where things have perhaps been thrown. You see papers all over the floor, or the drawers of all the dressers are kind of open, or at some places completely pulled out. One of the kind of door hinges kind of like hangs off. And then you see the professor sitting in his chair, and for a moment you think perhaps he is sleeping. But then you see the dagger in his chest.
Oh, shite. Can I... Is there, like, any... I don't know what to call this. Can I look for any, like, evidence of the crime scene?
Evidence of the crime scene.
Evidence
Yeah,
of the
absolutely.
crime-
No, absolutely
Yeah.
you can.
Can I see if I can find anything that this murderer left behind or anything?
Make me an investigation check.
You got it. That's a natural 20
A natural 20. Okay.
for a 21.
Yeah. Kind of going off the door itself. I mean, you're pretty smart. You know that, like, again, whatever like opened this door did it with an extreme force, but didn't like rip the door off specifically, so was almost doing it with somewhat of a precision.
Mm,
Even if there was a lot of strength behind it. Um,
yeah.
you look around the room, and this is definitely the work of you. I mean, you see evidence of a struggle. You do see a discarded dagger on the floor that you
Mm,
don't recognize, but is relatively. It's relatively uh what's the word? It's relatively plain. It's nothing like
mhm.
fancy like you would like to use. You imagine this is something that perhaps the professor had specifically for defense, but it's like
Okay, yeah.
discarded, kind of like jammed into the wall, like it's been like thrown, or just with some forces like stabbed into the wall by something.
Mm,
Um, you do see almost like some claw marks kind of in the desk itself. Um,
okay.
his body is relatively intact, but yeah,
Mhm.
the dagger through his chest is pretty final, and his face is pretty bashed up, like beaten
Okay.
and bruised and like broken. It's he went fucking through it.
Yeah.
Um, you
Is his body
imagine,
cold?
yes.
Okay.
Um, you imagine, based on kind of seeing through this and kind of seeing things happen, you imagine that um, whatever this was not just like an in and out, trying to rob an office kind of job, and oops, there happened to be no witnesses. Let's kill this guy. This
Yeah.
was done with precision. This was done. The kind of the evidence of him kind of being beaten first very clearly shows signs of they were trying to get information out of him, whoever this was.
Yeah.
And then the dagger was to make sure
Mhm.
that information did not spread any further.
Yeah. I think
Um,
she just sort of, yeah,
yeah.
she's sort of looking around there investigating and just looks at the professor and goes, "Oh, hey, professor, what did you get yourself into?"
Um, you said your passive perception was 14, yeah?
14, yeah.
Your ears kind of prick up a little bit as you hear kind of sound of movement behind you. Not like rushing
Mhm.
towards you. You just hear like the sound of kind of heavy feet kind of approaching, not at speed, but just kind of like
Sure.
coming down the hall. Um, as you kind of like turn around, you see
Mhm.
a figure kind of stepping into the doorway, kind of like ducks his head under the doorway.
Mhm.
Um, you see a probably about 8 foot tall dragonborn man, bronze scales, a kind of purple cloak around his neck. He wears um, very draconic style armor, kind of like spikes out of the pauldrons. Um, and he wears the one thing that seems kind of out of place for him. He wears a large, kind of chunky chain necklace around his neck that kind of comes down over his armor. And there is
Mhm.
a large purple gem kind of set there, and it has almost like a glow to it slightly in this kind of dimly lit room. And he kind of just kind of looks to you and goes, "You must be the seller. Sorry about the mess. Uh, I was It seems that your previous buyer has backed out of your deal.
Oh,
But
has he now?
yes, he seems to have lost interest in purchasing the artifact, I am assuming you were able to successfully recover,
Yes,
given
well,
your
it is.
high esteem and skills.
It is pretty hard to make a deal when you're not breathing anymore.
Yes, well, that is unfortunate. Still, I'm sure either way, you're looking to make a transaction. And I represent a group that is very interested in the artifact that you were sent to collect. But perhaps some introductions are in order, as you do not know me and I only recently know of you. My name is Kazak. I hail from Draconum. I've come a long way for this, and, well, I thought that the professor would already have it in his possession, but it seems I was a little too early. Still, I believe the offer he made you was 10,000 gold. I am to put all of this to bed and perhaps draw a blind eye over this. I'm willing to offer you 15,000 gold. For your cooperation, of course. I was never here.
Well, I don't know. Keeping a secret like that's, I think, worth a bit more than that, don't you think?
Are you asking to barter, Miss Cordelia?
To name's Captain to ya.
Captain, it shall be then.
Possibly. Hey, DM, do I recognize this person?
You don't.
Okay.
He says he came from Draconum, but you don't recognize him. You've never seen this particular bronze dragonborn before. Also, question for you then. Did you, just as a clarification here, did you ever tell the professor your name?
That is ooh.
Or would you have used a fake name, or would you have just been captain, or what would you have?
You know what? It would have been Captain Archer. She wouldn't have told the professor her first name. Oh!
Yeah. There is you're definitely getting some vibes off this guy. He's not being hostile to you,
Sure.
but you've been around enough kind of rough folks to know that like he is making his presence known.
Yeah.
He's going he's not being violent towards you, but he's going, we can settle this either way.
Sure. That's quite a lot to think about. And I'm not the only one that this deal is affecting. So, how about you let me think on it and talk to my crew, and I'll get back to you.
I'm afraid this is a one and done deal thing, my lady. Captain. I'm very interested in purchasing this item, and the sooner you can get out of the city, the better, I assume.
See, the thing about me, Kazak, is I don't like being told what to do. No deal.
That is extremely unfortunate. I was really hoping to complete this transaction without causing any more problems. I have already been quite angry today. So, if there's going to be no deal, then I suggest you hand it over. Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh!
Kill him. Yep.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. 19.
19. Yeah. Meets it, beats it. So you feel there's this kind of this moment where you feel this compulsion weigh over you. You're like, I want this thing. I should just give it to him. And then you go, whoa, okay, hold on. And you kind of look and you see that gem on his chest kind of set into this necklace. You look a little closer and it's solid metal, you assume, of some kind or some sort of gem. You can swear as you're looking at it, it's moving.
I hate that. So yeah, I think
you feel the spell wash over and you're just like, you feel this will on your mind as he makes this suggestion to you, but you are able to shrug it off.
And I suggest you get the fuck out of here before I make you my problem.
You see he's starting to get a little pissed off now. Last chance, Captain. I would hate to make things messy.
Oh, you're scared? We can just go our separate ways and call it even?
I'm afraid I'm not leaving here without that artifact.
And I'm afraid you won't be leaving here breathing.
Kind of just stares you down. You look, you see his draconic fists kind of balled. What do you do? Do you wait for him to make a move as you're kind of in this stare down? He's blocking the doorway. He is a whole, like, he's, not only is he in the doorway, he's like blocking it. He's like bigger than the doorway. This is a big guy.
Fuck no. I'm attacking first. I pull the great axe off of my back and I would like to rage.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So
what does this look like?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So this looks like she pulls this great axe off of her back and goes, well, I guess you're going to be my problem then. And as I rage, you see like lightning crackle between her eyes. And it's almost, as she raises this great axe up, and it's almost like a bolt of lightning strikes it. As I am a Storm Herald barbarian.
Yeah, you are.
And I would like to attack him with my great axe.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to attack then.
Great. And also, as an effect of my rage, we get a storm aura. So within 10 feet of me, he's gonna need to take some lightning damage.
Oh, is it a save or is it just straight up damage?
It's I need a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw? Okay.
Let me also roll my attack.
So the dex saving throw was a natural 20.
Yes, you take half damage, which is great because I rolled a 10 for my attack.
Okay.
So, which I'm assuming doesn't hit.
Nope, it absolutely does not hit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So he takes. Okay, 12 points of lightning damage halved, so 6 points of lightning damage as my attack
Points
misses.
of lightning damage?
But a bolt of lightning from the axe, as the axe has been charged up with lightning, kind of flashes out and hits him.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, you hit him, that kind of bolt of lightning hits. You go to that like bolt of lightning kind of as this storm aura kind of appears around you, that strike of lightning kind of hits him. There's kind of that almost moment where he kind of just like turns his neck like a little bit as you kind of strike him. Like there's like a twitch as he and you then go to like strike him with your great axe in this moment where he's kind of like wincing, and you just go to strike him with your great axe, and he just reaches up and just grabs not the handle but the blade itself.
Okay.
And just grips it.
Okay. I'd like to use my second attack.
Okay.
To attack him. As I pull the great axe out of his grip and try to swing again at him. Oh, that's a 22 to hit.
A 22?
Mm-hmm.
That misses.
Yeah.
Hey, bestie, I think you might want to run.
I think like the first attack doesn't hit, and she's like, okay, fine, and she kind of reels back, and the second attack doesn't hit, and there's a little bit of a, oh fuck.
Yeah, you kind of have this moment where like he like grabs the blade and like pushes it back, and you're like, that's fine. I'll make like an attack, and you just like spin around quickly to like bring the blade up to like, you know, like go for like the head or something. But like his arm comes up lightning fast and like blocks it with his like gauntleted fist or like his gauntleted arm, and you're like, uh-oh. As he just looks at you, it's like, a big mistake, Captain. As his eyes kind of glow a little bit with a kind of red light as it sparks a little bit as he is going to rage. And then he's going to try and just try and grapple you.
Okay.
So yeah, I need you to make an athletics or acrobatics check versus his athletics.
I'm gonna do athletics. 15.
15, 21.
Fuck.
He just, so his eyes just like glow, and he just like grabs you by like the shoulder and like the neck, and then he's just going to just throw you. He is very strong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember how that works actually in terms of what damage you would take. Yeah. So he's going to. I guess this would technically be this would be an attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he's got to make an attack roll against you first. So he's going to do that.
Yeah.
There's a 19.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he literally just like grabs you by like the shoulder, and you're like, uh-oh, and he just throws you against the wall across the room like you weigh nothing. Yeah. You slam into one of the like already broken like shelving units. You take 7 points of force damage.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, not halved, because I don't have force damage. Okay.
Not halved, yeah.
Not halved. She goes, oh, you're a lot quicker than I thought.
But really not underestimate your enemy, Miss Cordelia. And we could have been friends. This could have been a perfectly normal transaction. But you forced my hand. And now you're gonna die.
Do you think that you're the first person to tell me that? As I get up, I assume I was knocked prone, so I'll use half my movement to get up, and I will launch back at him and see if I can fucking hit him this time.
Okay.
Listen.
Mm-hmm. No, you listen. You do it.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. I know you're yelling at me. You gotta remember, I'm raging. So
he's also raging.
I'm angry.
You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
Okay. 14.
14? Nah,
Nah.
not even close.
Nah. Okay. Okay. I will use my second action to disengage.
It's just okay. Okay.
I think I don't hit again, and I'm like, okay. And I will
Okay.
use what my second attack was going to be, and I will disengage, and I'll go.
Where are you going?
This was great and all, but I think this is where we might want to separate. Quit while you're ahead. Can I jump out the window?
Sure. Do you try and open it, or are you just going straight through?
Listen, what would
to try and open it would be another action, and you're out of those.
Yeah,
you do still have movement though.
Yeah, what would you rule would be damage from breaking through a glass window? Like piercing, slashing?
Piercing damage, yes.
That's fine. I got resistance. I'm jumping out that window.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you jump out the window. Can you just make me just a straight up just strength check real quick?
Yeah, let's
try
go.
to break through this window. It's not gonna be high.
Strength check. Not
Yes,
saving throw.
just straight, not saving throw, just strength.
13.
13. Yeah, that's high. No, the DC was 10. You just run to this window and you just dive through. Glass shatters, and you kind of like roll to like the ground.
I do like a somersault roll on the ground and pop back up.
As kind of like bits of glass kind of just kind of like cut you a little bit. Not enough for you to like take damage, but you got like bits of glass on you and stuff like that. As you kind of seem to roll out into this alleyway, you kind of take a quick look around. At one end, you see a couple of figures kissing. And at the other, you see, you kind of turn, and to your dismay, you see a couple of town guards seem to have been like, huh? What was that? And they turn and look at you. I see that you've like smashed through this window.
Yeah.
They just like look at you. And it's like, hey, what are you doing? You're breaking into this. What's going on here?
I just really needed some fresh air, okay? And I couldn't get the window open.
I think I know your face. You see one of them kind of like this, like on the face, like points at you, just like,
thank you.
You're that pirate captain, aren't you? You're under arrest. Veldren and Sybil, you hear this happening at the other end.
We hear the window break.
Yeah.
And someone fall.
Yeah.
Jump! I didn't fall. I jumped.
My bad. That's on me. I think I'll stumble away from Sybil.
Okay.
So wait, the guards are trying to arrest this person right in front of us.
Yes. They're not that far away from you.
Yeah,
there's like maybe 20 feet between you.
What does Cordelia look like right now? Like expression wise.
Yeah. She like has her she strapped her great axe back onto her back. She has her hands up, but like she doesn't look that concerned, and she'll like turn to the guards and go, there has to be some sort of deal that we can work out, and if anything, you should be going after the person that just tried to kill me.
I'm not falling for your tricks. As one of them starts like approaching you, like going for manacles on his belt, like the one that seemed to know your face.
Oh my gosh, Susan, we've been looking everywhere for you lately.
Yes, sorry, a client came in and just wanted to murder me. Tends to be the deal around here sometimes.
Oh, bloody Mystral.
That's hot.
This god like looks at the group of you, is like, you know this woman?
Yes, my dear cousin Susan. We're not related by blood, obviously. Related by marriage. Fucking Terry is such a bastard. That's who we're related. Like, I'm cousins with Terry. She's cousins with Terry's wife. A whole big.
Considering
unbelievable-
this
See,
man
almost-
said he
the al-
knew his face,
Yeah.
you can make me a deception check with disadvantage.
Listen, the only good thing that came out of that marriage with Terry was this one being my cousin. Always got my back.
Disadvantage. That'll be
Disadvantage.
14.
14.
Do you have inspiration? Do you have inspiration?
Whoever's burden?
Was I given inspiration at the beginning of the
I
session?
don't know.
I think so. I think everyone got
I don't think I was. I don't think I was. So
I
I
don't
have
think we
inspiration.
were given
don't-
inspiration
we were not
this
in-
session.
Yeah, I don't have inspiration.
That's a
I use
14
mine
then.
every session.
I'm calling it. That's a 14, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll then.
Whoa.
Cursed! Cursed! Boogity boogity boogity!
Well, it's too late. He kind of like looks at you, looks at them, is like, "You're associates of hers, then. You're also under arrest." As you roll the
Wait,
natural 20.
hang on, wait.
I said we were
wait.
cousins.
That's not our fault. That's not our fault that we're related, okay? Not our fault.
No, this guy seems to think that
True.
you're now is like seeing through the deception, seeing that you're trying to cover for her, so now thinks you're associated.
Oh.
So he's now being like, "You're also under arrest."
We've been
What are you
here
gonna
for one day.
What's happening?
Cordelia, this guy's almost at you, and the other one seems to start to approach you, and then the other two are kind of standing at the end of the other
Yeah.
alleyway.
Listen! Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I just got one of those faces.
He is approaching you, manacles out, like he is not, like he is seeing straight through it. He is not falling for it.
Can
Do you
I
technically
try?
still have your storm aura up as well?
Great.
Because you would have
question.
taken,
Hang
like,
on.
you would have quote unquote taken damage going out of the window. So not only did a person come flying out of a window, a storming person would have come.
I emanate a stormy magical aura while I rage, and extends
Yep.
10 feet from me in every direction.
Yep.
So I have taken damage. Technically, I am still raging.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're taking like
yes.
1 piercing damage from the window. That's fine.
Yes, yeah. So technically, which I would resistance. So technically, yes, I do believe my storm aura is still up.
Okay, so he walks close to you, kind of just like, kind of like something that does. Do you attack her, or do you like drop your storm aura? What are you doing?
I'll roll for it. Let's see.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I'll drop my storm aura.
Okay.
Add it to the
you drop your
spreadsheet.
storm aura.
Listen, please, you have to help me. Someone's after me. And I'm really frightened. He just tried to kill me. Why do you think I jumped out of that window over there?
I see a hand
Please.
from Sybil. As this like pleading is happening, he doesn't seem to be buying any of it. Sybil, what are you doing?
I want to look up at the window. I would like to see if I can see anything from.
You see a broken window that seems to lead into some sort of office. From this range, like it's like an angle where you can't super like see in, but if you like curve your net, you can see it does seem to be some sort of office. The place does seem to be a little wrecked, like it's been ransacked a little bit, but you don't see anything else.
And no sounds of like footsteps or anything from up there, like big
No.
stomping.
Nope.
Okay. Gosh, I have nothing that can help us in this.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Protection. You have to help me. As I'm just pleading with this guard, and like I'm doing the big doe eyes, and I'm
Yeah.
fluttering my eyelashes. Please.
You make me one last deception check, but this again would be a disadvantage because he's like, I know you. You're gaslighting him, right?
Uh-huh.
You're being like, no, you don't know who I am.
I just have one of those faces. Meanwhile, there's a wanted poster right next to me of my face.
It's like Flynn Rider being like,
They
I don't know.
never
And it's just
was
like
right.
the poster. It's like, see, they got my nose wrong. It's not me.
It's Sybil and Cordelia.
Tay never gets my hair right.
right next to each other.
Oh, no. Hey, I have disguised self up. I'm good.
Oh, I
It's true.
recognize this artist. Oh, that's a famous
At
penguin.
disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
10.
And he walks over, kind of like grabs your arm, and is like, "Oh, we can give you protection. We'll put you in a cell where no one can get to you."
Reminding me so much, Sybil. We have
And
to,
then,
it's
like,
my-
puts, like,
it's
one
my-
manacle on your arm.
We have to.
Well,
Or the one that he's now
Lucky-
holding.
lucky for you, I look great in handcuffs.
I can cast. Oh no.
Oh,
So, you casting something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do subtle spell, so it doesn't look like it's coming from anywhere. And what I'm gonna try to do is use catapult on some shattered glass from the window and make it fall down onto the guard's
Okay.
face.
Sure. Cool.
That's so
First of
smart.
all, make me your roll.
Okay. Oh,
Which I
that one.
believe
I
is-
forgot. The
Oh,
DC is
no.
I
9.
believe the DC is currently 7. Oh no. A 1? Okay.
Abigail!
Okay, Abigail. I think you need to. It's a D8,
Oh.
right?
I think
To
so.
see what happens.
I think it's a D8.
Yeah. What did it? We saved the
that's-
table somewhere.
It
Okay,
means more now?
that's a 1, and I think I think it's the lower the number, the better. For this, let me
Okay,
go.
so a 1. What spell level are you using?
1. It's catapult.
1?
level. Yeah.
Okay, you kind of go to do the spell and it does go through, but you kind of in this moment of panic kind of feel a little bit more of your magical energy than it should have go out of you as it costs 2 spell slots.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
So you do cast catapult. It does go through. However, it costs 2 level 1 spell slots to do.
All right. All right.
It's not the worst one it could have
No,
been.
that's the best one it could have been. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So catapult. Choose one object weighing to be 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. So I'm going to do shattered glass. That's nice.
Mhm.
That creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save,
Okay.
the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, it takes damage.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. That is only an 11.
Okay, so that fails. So it's 3d8 bludgeoning damage, but would we say it's piercing because it's glass?
Sure, yeah, because it's the glass. Yeah, absolutely. I was like piercing, yeah.
That tracks.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that's
Oh, no.
21. That's 2 8 and a 5.
21.
That's 21. But
Dead.
it's double
You
rolled
just
and
killed this guard.
it just fell from the window. It just fell. It was on the edge and it fell.
Sybil,
No.
you cast a spell. You see you're like, huh, and you see like there was a big, like maybe on like the top of the window, a big piece of glass was still kind of in it. That pane cracks off and shoots down towards this guard, catches him in like the back of the head. He lets out a yelp and drops to the ground, unmoving.
I am immediately. Is the second one still there, right?
The second one sees this happen and is like going to pull a sword.
I think I want to go. No, I don't have anything that would be able to do that. I don't have a feature that would be able to let me do that. I'm gonna bolt forward. Bolt forward, and is he near Cordelia? Like, is he right
The one
next
that
to
was
Cordelia?
next to Cordelia is currently on the ground.
Is he within
The other
five?
one
is
was
the
at
other
the
one-
far end of the alleyway. He's maybe like so this is like a 30-foot alleyway. Cordelia's in the middle, so about 15 feet,
Mhm.
and he's at the far end, another 15 feet. So he's about 15 feet from Cordelia, and about 30 feet from where you were.
Yeah, so I can't get sneak attack on this. Never mind. I can't get sneak attack on this. I am just going to. I'm going to. I think we have to run. If you would kindly follow me, I know these streets quite well. And start trying to guide the two in like deep into the city
Okay.
through
Yeah.
alleyways.
You guys are just running. Cordelia, are you going with
Mhm.
them? You see this pane of glass, this act of God apparently drops down, hits this guy. I will say,
Yeah.
Cordelia, I will say this. This
Uh-huh.
pane of glass
Yeah.
hits this guy. He is like
Yeah.
heavily like armored.
Yeah.
Like he's got like a chest plate on, like pauldrons, like a helmet and everything. This shot of glass drops and like cuts down like straight into his shoulder. Does not hit any armor. It goes straight into him, and you see him like drop to the ground. He is like heavily bleeding and is unmoving.
I look up to the sky as apparently this was an act of one of the gods and go, "Thank you." And I will, I will look at Veldren and go, "I think it's time we split." And
Okay.
I will follow after these two people that I just met that tried to help
Okay,
me.
yeah. You guys go sprinting, and the guard goes running like off after you. You head out into the crowded streets. Make me stealth checks. Or I guess, yeah. Make me. Okay, so would you be trying to sprint to get away, or would you be kind of trying to meld with the crowd more?
I'm trying to take confusing and twisting turns that we might be able to lose him.
Okay, make me a make me a straight up, because this is based on your knowledge of the streets and everything. Make me an intelligence check. And this will determine something. Just straight up intelligence.
17.
17. Yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, you know the streets quite well. You're able to guide people quite well. That will just be a straight roll stealth for the rest of you then.
For me as well?
Yes. Because if you guys were like going quickly, it would be disadvantage, but yeah.
Natural 20 for a total of 30.
Woo! Very good. A 1.
One?
Okay. Cordelia?
Great.
Cordelia, what was your stealth?
So sorry. I got distracted. My stealth. Okay, let's see.
Is this going to determine something?
8.
8. Okay.
I did not
That
roll.
does
very
not
well.
bring the average up. It was going to be an average check, but yeah, you Veldren, you're able to very kind of quickly. Yeah. Oh, your 30 is good. Your 30 is good versus a natural 1. I was like, okay, Cordelia decides it, and 8 isn't going to cut it.
This
Sorry.
metronome tonight is crazy.
This was a group
The
check.
rolls I've made tonight were 1s, guys. This is not going well.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you killed the man!
I didn't kill him! I didn't kill him! I did not kill him! He's not dead!
It's fine. If she didn't kill him, I was gonna kill him, so it's fine.
I did not kill him.
Sybil, you didn't see him. You saw him go down.
Did I see him?
Would you have? You were in a rush. I don't think you would have looked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know.
Okay.
I
okay.
wouldn't have cared.
I
Yeah.
have disguised self up, so at least that's covered.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how much damage was it, Sybil? It was 20 something, right?
23.
23? Okay, cool.
Wait, 21.
You don't know?
It was 2 8s plus 5.
Okay, yeah, you don't know. You don't know. You saw him go down. Yeah, you don't know. There was a body in the way because Cordelia, between you and him, you saw something hit him. You heard a yelp, and he went down, and that's all you saw.
Yep.
He didn't get back up again. And then he ran. So that's all you saw. You don't know.
For sure.
You
That's
don't
probably
think
why
you
I
killed
rolled a
him.
1 on my stealth because I'm thinking about.
Yeah. You're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys start making your way through the streets. Veldren, you start taking all these kind of like back alleys and everything like that. And Cordelia, you kind of also are like you're like, oh, I know my way, I know what I'm doing, but then this other person starts going a different way, and you're like, wait, no, this isn't the fastest way. Where is he trying to take me? Because obviously your natural instinct is back to the ship, but Veldren seems to be going somewhere else, and you're like, this doesn't seem right. What's happening? So that kind of like splits you a little bit
deeper into the city.
and you kind of end up a little bit in the middle. Veldren, as you're trying to like, as everyone seems to be falling behind, you're like going quick. And then Sybil seems to be distracted by something. Cordelia seems to be taking different routes. You're like, no, this way. And it does take you a while, but you eventually make your way. Kind of instead of you were probably, I'm assuming you're probably thinking safe house.
Probably near the safe house, but not directly to the safe house.
Okay. Yeah. So instead, you kind of have to veer off a little bit, and you end up kind of heading more towards the town center itself.
We have friends there, at least.
Yep.
I think you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, you guys kind of have that just like kind of moment, but eventually you start making your way kind of there. Astra, Bishop, and Aridia. How you guys were supposed to kind of meet in a few hours, kind of in the town center. Bishop, you probably would have made your way up from the docks. Astra and Aridia, you guys were together, kind of coming from the Liana's Luxuries. Actually, I'll start with you two. Where would you two have gone kind of after? Would you have just gone straight to the town center? Would you have, explored to see anything else? Or what do you think?
We for sure found something with sweets.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You kind of go sweet hunting, and you make your way to the town center itself. And you do find like it's like set up like a big like market space. And yeah, you are able to definitely find a stand where they're selling kind of some sweet treats. There's kind of what have they been? There's kind of a young gnomish woman is kind of selling these little like kind of like they're like children's sweets, but like you kind of like walk over, they're like these like lollipop type things, but you walk over and you're like, it's a sweet treat, why not? It probably cost you like maybe like a copper coin each. She's like, here you go, a little popsicle, and enjoy it. Very lovely this time of year. It's just really old, decrepit-looking gnome woman. But yeah, is there anything you guys are doing kind of as you have your sweet treats and you're kind of waiting for everyone else?
Well, Astra for sure has her hood up, her cloak hood up, and is like wrapped up.
Oh, let's see if the gnomish woman recognizes you. She doesn't. Yeah.
I
go, dearie. Yeah.
It's the
Mother,
glaucoma.
we have too many sweets.
all the sweets you want. Aridia doesn't like them, but she knows Bishop does. She gets beg for them.
And yeah. Is there any discussions you guys want to have? Any things you want to do kind of as you're kind of waiting for everyone, just the two of you for now, as you're kind of waiting for Bishop, Sybil, and Veldren?
No. I was going to make a dumb joke, but we're good.
Do you actually think Bishop will like these? Is this...
You're talking the candy or the shirt?
Shirts?
Oh, he will.
Yeah, because yeah.
He will just be absolutely in love with it. I promise.
We...
It is exactly his style.
I haven't seen him wear clothes like this, but okay, I'll trust you. You know him best.
Yes, but he also was dead in a hole for a very long time, so maybe to remind him of the
150
before
years, yeah.
times.
That's fair.
Yeah, and kind of as you're kind of Yeah, as you're just having that kind of small talk, Bishop, you kind of make your way through and you find your way into the kind of town center, and you do see Astra and Aridia. You see them, and they're wearing brand new, fancy looking clothes. They've definitely had a fit change. But yeah,
So you just combine. I went. So you just
Try to roll
went.
Nice
again, bud?
accent, Bishop.
Connor appears for a second, holding.
Oh,
Ah,
God damn it!
So you just decide to combine mom and dad's style. It's a good
Okay.
look.
it is functional,
I'm
and
not.
it is kind of. I thought it
I
was.
did not say anything was wrong with it. It looked good.
You said they look like our parents.
Listen, mom had good style.
So
It
this-
looks to Astra and just it's just like that sly grin. And just talks to her and just speaks to her in Draconic and says, "Está caliente pastelito."
I don't speak Draconic. She'll
Bit back in Draconic under her breath. Really?
In Draconic back. I'm rusty. Leave me alone.
no.
Listen, I think I like her. Stop.
Walks away, turns, and just walks away.
Oh my God.
That's the easiest way to
say
get rid of her.
her.
That's the easiest way to get rid of her.
Oh,
Damn.
I was your dress
the
shopping.
shirts. Here are the shirts we got for you. I asked for Aridia's help. Because I don't know your fashion sense. She says that these really suit you.
Wait, huh?
The most Fabio, because Morgan was not here, the most Fabio just way deep V open, flowy shirts.
Wait, yeah.
Incredible.
And I'm going to walk into the alley.
Okay.
There for a good 5 minutes.
Okay.
And comes back, walking out wearing the shirt tucked in with the sleeves kind of rolled up just a little bit, and his black vest is over the shirt but unbuttoned.
Oh, okay. A question, Tom. Are there, because there's a little bit more of Bishop's chest on show than normal, is there perhaps some more scales that people could see?
Oh yeah, there's because
Mhm.
if it's a deep V, I think it goes right down here. You can see like kind of like claws that are grabbing around the ribs, just kind of poking out.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this very long scar that goes
Yep. I was about to
From-
ask about that.
further down in the shirt, all the way up to the middle of the sternum.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They're matching, guys.
it's actually not something I would usually wear, but you have a good eye for style.
It was all Aridia. I don't I think this is No, it's not. It's not Astra's first time seeing a scar. Okay. She would have patched you up in the barn.
That's true, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you would know all about the scales and the scar, yeah. And just kind of glances to Aridia. And just makes that just shifty eyes that are the look of am I doing this right?
From behind. Astra's shoulders just, yes.
It's just the How to Train Your Dragon meme. Incredible.
I appreciate you getting me the new style, to be honest. And you whatever change there was, you can keep it.
Oh,
Just keep it.
we Astra turns around and looks at Aridia. Are you trying to scam your brother?
Yes, but you're ruining it.
He's just gonna turn back to Bishop. It was given to us by a lovely shopkeep. We didn't have to pay a coin for it.
Oh,
I also didn't have a coin because I'm really bad with money.
yeah, you got lucky. But I mean, if you're that bad at money, hold on to that, and we'll.
Well, Aridia has it.
Oh, Aridia has it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Aridia, give me my gold back.
I do not know what you are talking about, Bishop.
Listen, I know for a fact that she cannot lie. Give me my gold back.
I can't lie.
Just Astra, just like having this like moment of crisis. Like, I can't lie.
I
What?
legit don't remember how much gold you gave her.
And gold.
You have seen her lie before.
I know. She's too sweet to lie to anybody.
Sweet, yes. Not lie. Well, that is a different story.
Yeah, I know.
Fine, here you
But I
go.
know she wouldn't lie to me.
I give you your gold back and like the pouch of candy I got you. That I bought with your own gold, so it's like short a little bit.
I figured. Okay, I take back what I said. Thank you very much. I love you.
Mm.
And starts just pops a sucker in his mouth. And it's like because of the mask, it's like hanging up into his face.
It looks so awkward.
It looks
Yeah.
super weird and super doofy.
You kind of have this moment where you like bring it up
What?
to your mouth and you're like, oh shit,
Hey.
hold on. And you have to like open it just like a little bit, being very careful no one's looking, and then just like stick
one
it
of
in
those,
the top.
You
Or-
have a dagger, just
Or
cut
in
the
his
stick off.
Hmm?
Bishop, just cut the stick off. You have a dagger.
The stick just.
Oh!
Oh god.
They
Amazing.
gotta be good for something.
Love you, Bishop. Truly. Yeah, so as you guys are having this wonderful conversation and eating sweet treats, you actually what's everyone's passive perceptions real quick for the three of you?
17.
15.
Astra, you'd be the first one to see it then. Kind of just like as those two are bickering, you kind of like look off to the side and you see kind of like dropping down from like the side of a building and then kind of like scooching through an alleyway into the square. You see Veldren and Sybil moving at quite a pace, being followed by another figure that you don't recognize, a blue-skinned green-haired individual wearing this big hat, this big purple hat, and this like very kind of pirate garb clothing. It looks quite fanciful. And the one thing that seems a little concerning is that dangling from the wrist is not what at first looks like potentially a bracelet, but one half of a set of manacles.
You just
Haven't
hear
had time.
I imagine you just hear Veldren and Cordelia arguing, and she's like, "Are you sure you're going the right way?"
Yes, deeper into the city. That's where I know best.
I've been here many times.
Wait, what? Wait, hold
No,
on. What are
they
they
are
being
not.
chased?
Yeah,
Is
you
there
turn and you see them kind of making their way into the square, kind of looking around for the rest of you. Veldren, you kind of take a second to look around, and then you spot, thankfully, the others are here. You don't see any guards like immediately approaching you or anything. You seem to have lost the ones that were chasing you. Well, you're still very much on guard, but you do see the others kind of just standing around this cart, eating some sweet treats of some kind.
There's a manacle on her, guys.
Do
I will.
they have another person
On both of
again?
Seeing Do I see Astra point to the manacle on Cordelia's?
You probably
Oh,
just
please.
see them point
I
to
go-
you guys.
I
Yeah.
look down and I'm like, would you like me to remove that very quickly? Just talking really quietly. I'm like, trying to act natural. Would you like me to remove that for you?
Do I look
It
like
doesn't-
I need your help as I try?
Yes,
Can I
go for
break
it.
it off? Because I'm strong. Can I
You
break
break
it
it? Sure. Make
Yeah,
me
I'm
a
gonna break it.
straight up athletics check.
Just enough.
Oh.
You are very capable. I'm not doubting that. It's literally just offering help.
Unless you want to be the one to put the full handcuffs on me.
I need you to
Why would
stop.
you do that?
My brain can only
Why would
take
I do
so
that?
much.
That's a slutty, filthy 20.
Is the
So hot.
DC. As you just like grab
Very
the other
well.
end of this manacle, kind of do that thing where you like wrap it around your arm to kind of like give it that leverage, and then you just
Mhm.
this metal kind of like breaking it off, and yeah, the manacle
jeez.
kind of like bits of it kind of like fall off, and yeah, you are no longer off manacled.
I toss the broken manacle to Veldren and I go, to remember me by, as I wink.
Why would I remember you by a manacle? All right. So I will kind of kick it back into the alleyway a little bit, so I don't have the evidence on me.
Do we see that?
Astra just hears, damn.
Aridia hears in
Mother is rolling
Draconic.
in her grave.
Aridia hears in Draconic. That's hot.
Yeah, the group of you are all back together now. Cordelia, you look around, you see you see these three very interesting individuals. You see a very tall looking elven woman with pink hair. You see a man is kind of standing next to her wearing this black mask over his face with like these green eyes and kind of like long brown hair kind of down his side in a braid, wearing like kind of this like black armor.
It's I would just say
Mhm.
For all of you, just...
Oh, I just very small correction is black hair, and Bishop does not
Oh,
wear
it's
armor.
black. Oh,
And
you're right.
Bishop
But
does
yeah,
wear armor.
it's like it looks like kind of like armored clothing, but like it's not. Like it's like padded clothing. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then yeah, you see Astra. This you're not quite sure what to make of them. There's like a like kind of short individual, kind of with a cloak kind of over their face. You kind of see like a tuft of like white hair. And kind of
Yeah,
like
their
this,
hair
like,
is like put into two braids and like pinned back, so it's not
Mhm.
really as noticeable. With
And you just-
horns, their
Mhm.
eyes are kind of like not like pupilless, but like they are very. If you look into them, they're very starry, and she's
Mhm.
got starry like white freckles all over her.
Are you
and,
hiding
like,
your
the
face
face
from
is
this
tattooed.
person?
She
Are
is like
you-
she's like looking
Okay.
down, but like she's also like looking. Like, you know, she's
Okay.
like trying to hide, but she's also like looking, you
Mhm.
know, she's not very good at this stealth thing.
What's your passive investigation, Cordelia?
Me 11.
Yeah, you probably like you're kind of like trying to look at this individual. They seem to be looking at
Yeah.
you, but every time you kind of like take a closer look at them, they kind of like look away.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Well, aren't you a peculiar bunch?
You honestly, I've heard that all my life.
Veldren, friend or foe?
Um,
They were chasing you.
Hands are still just on my.
not really chasing. Not really chasing. They were in a bit of a kerfuffle, and I decided to help out. Not that I think they needed a whole lot of help.
Did you really just ironically say the word kerfuffle?
Is there a problem?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the last time I heard that was when our grandpa said it.
Oh,
Is that something that's right?
It
Yeah, but
seems
when
a
you
very
say it,
normal
it's
thing to say.
You would also before I forget, because they would have come with Bishop. I completely just said in everyone getting back together. I completely forgot. You would also see two other individuals with them, Cordelia.
Yes.
You would see a kind of young man with kind of like a tuft of like gingery blonde hair, with like a kind of like cloak kind of covering his body.
child.
Kind of just like looking around, kind of like nervously, purple eyes. And then you would also see a relatively quite tall-looking drow man, kind of just like watching everything. Hasn't said a word. Seems very kind of quiet. Is wearing like a little bit of armor. Has like a large great sword strapped to his back that has some like runic symbols on it. And just seems to be kind of watching kind of everything going by, but just hasn't said a word yet. And the man will kind of like the boy will kind of just like speak up to say, Veldren, do you want to explain what's going on? What happened?
Oh, nothing.
Whenever you say nothing like that, it's just that doesn't really seem like it's nothing.
It didn't look like nothing when I came across you two.
Yes, Sybil and I were just out walking. Out walking.
Oh, is that what they call it now?
I think back to where Cordelia found us, and my brain goes, "Oh, that wasn't. That wasn't anything."
What happened?
Nothing.
It obviously seemed like it was something.
We saw this person being harassed by the guards. I decided to try to step in, as I don't really trust most of them around here. A lot of false claims in many a case. And here we are.
How does
See
Sybil
hand from
look right
Aridia.
now?
She doesn't look like Sybil.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another individual you don't recognize that you're assuming is Sybil.
You can tell it's her just by the mannerisms and the
Uh-huh.
look of
Mhm.
defeat that's constantly on her, on her
Oh.
face. Like a sad wet dog at all times.
No.
And
They
Wait a
look
minute, Veldren, who's the
rougher
second one?
than normal.
Oh, I see it now.
She just
It's
looks
been a
distracted.
day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just go stand by your side, Sybil, and kind of just like do the thing where you say like arm to
Protectively.
arm with someone, so like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
connecting, but not like obviously putting an arm around you.
Astra's just eating the sweets.
We've yet to make introductions, though.
You'd save this person, and then you
you'd
didn't
like.
even ask their name.
It seemed like a
It's
Quite
backwards.
rude of you, really.
We were busy preoccupied with a couple other things. Would you prefer to exchange pleasantries in the moment?
Veldren, seriously, I have to ask, who taught
Fair
you in
point.
manners?
Oh, my manners? My mother and father.
Did you miss a lesson about introductions?
No, they were much less concerned with introductions and more. That's a story for another time. Let them introduce themselves.
Sorry if I forgot my manners. Not quite something we pay attention to on the sea. I'm Cordelia Archer, but you all can call me Captain. She sort of tips her hat and she goes, "It's a pleasure for you all to meet me."
Astra snorts.
Wait,
Right.
I think you misspoke. I believe the saying is, "It's a pleasure to meet you."
Davari just nudges your shoulder, Bishop, but it has like a bit of not a smirk, but almost like a kind of like grin of just like, oh, okay, I see. That's
But-
cool.
Is that not the turn of phrase? Am I missing something?
Just like brings his hand like up to like his throat and just like draws his hand across it, just like stop talking, shut up. Like just signals, just stop talking.
What did I do?
And you are?
A pleasure, Captain. Veldren. Just Veldren. Don't let me speak first.
I was like,
And
her
only-
her gaze will start to kind of go back and forth between the rest of you as she sort of
Mhm.
awaits.
Felicity. Felicity Callis.
Aridia.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle. My name is Bishop.
I'm Astra.
The young man will speak up. My name is Ezra, and this is Davari. He doesn't. Question for you, Cordelia. Do you, on your list of languages, have sign language? And if you don't currently have it, do you feel Cordelia would have spent the time to learn it?
Ooh. It's something I haven't considered, but yeah, because I feel like that would probably be very well used on a ship.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So can I add it to my languages?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Ezra will kind of just like look back and forth, kind of like look to the drow, and will kind of like turn back to you and go, and this is Davari. But you kind of like look as you kind of like look to the drow, and you see he's kind of like moving his hands, and you recognize the signs of sign language. And he just says, pleasure to meet you, Captain. My name is Davari, and we'll like let her out, Davari. Yeah.
I will. I know this one. Thank you. And then it would be my name. She would spell Cordelia, or she would spell Captain Cordelia.
Yeah.
Probably.
Kind of just like gives you like a nod of respect, and kind of seeing you kind of have signed back as well. Just gives you definitely just like a nod of respect. He seemed to have definitely struck a chord with him for sure. Kind of got on his good side. But yeah.
Go, Jay. You were gonna say something.
No. You go. You are the guest here.
Well, as I look at Veldren and Felicity. By the way, chat, that's the name of Abigail's character in another campaign I play with her motherfucker.
So good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your help. I wish I could stay around to flirt with each and every one of you, but I should be getting back to the ship.
Yes, a ship.
Wait, were you actually? Wait, hold on. You have a ship?
I do. My very own ship, the Cruel Lightning. Perhaps you've heard of it.
No.
No.
Have I heard of it?
Damn.
Actually,
no?
I
No
do a lot of
it'd be an
travel on
answer.
ship. Could I also roll?
I will say for people that have traveled outside of Gloria,
Got
you can make me history checks, but the DC will be high.
What about people that have traveled outside of Gloria about 150 years ago?
No,
No.
I'm gonna say for
think
you.
so.
You know what, Bishop? I was gonna let you roll for that. You're right. No, Bishop wouldn't know.
I wasn't gonna roll because
roll.
no way Bishop would know.
Okay.
First roll on Astra's new dice set.
Do
I
it.
believe in you.
Let's go. Astra dice.
So that's a nat 1.
Yeah, you have no idea. And
so
to
fun.
counter that, actually, because I was going to get to it, Cordelia,
Yeah.
hearing the name
God.
Astra
Yeah.
from this collective individual, can you make me a
Yeah.
history check, please?
Yeah, I can.
I was almost going to use the name Mattia.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
Morgan.
My God.
Morgan.
For
That's like what, the third one?
Yeah, for a 21.
3.
Yeah, with a 21, Cordelia, you kind of have this moment where you're just like, coming through all these names. So we've got a Veldren, we've got a Felicity, we've got a Aridia, an Astra, a Bishop. An I know that name. Hold on a minute. I know that name. And you kind of take this moment. You're like, wait a minute. And you then take that moment to kind of look under the hood. And you see Astra's face. You see the starry eyes. You kind of
Mhm.
like look at them and you kind of like, you've never met this person,
Yeah.
but you've heard of Astra, the
Yeah.
fallen star.
Mm.
They are the child of a very esteemed part of the kind of religious side of Gloria. You would know, again, a city you've not really been to, but the Gate, which is a kind of a holy city further inland in Gloria.
Okay.
You would know that you would know that Astra is a very well known and kind of renowned person of magical and kind of religious significance.
Sure.
So they're famous. You know this person.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
I
definitely would
think-
have heard of them.
And
yeah, I think
she's
there's
hot.
like a yes. I think there's like a hint of recognition, but she doesn't say anything.
Apologies, I thought I was muted.
You were correct.
I'm
Oh,
afraid I
well.
don't know the name, but I can see the tangential
Mm.
relation between that and from before.
25 on my history
yes.
roll be.
Oh,
Hi, I also have traveled. And it's now Gloria.
Yes. What was your roll?
5.
25?
Well, that's good.
You have heard of this name. You have heard of the Cruel Lightning, actually. With a 25, you would know. I mean, you've traveled around. You have tended to stay away from kind of Draconum and the Aurora Isles. Like kind of going there only when you have to. And there was a brief time where you did kind of briefly pass. You made a stop off at the Aurora Isles, just literally because the ship you were catching from Draconum was like, "Oh, we're going there, and then we're continuing on. If that's okay," and you were like, "That's fine. I'll pay less gold for that, 100% for the inconvenience." So you did like stay there like a night or so, and you do recognize that name, and you would know that it is definitely a ship that has one been to the Aurora Isles and two is probably most likely a pirate ship, which lines up with what Cordelia is saying. So you would have heard of this ship.
Wait a minute. Do you frequent the Aurora Isles? Do you not?
I do.
It is a lovely place, the Isles. Say,
So you have heard of me?
in a fashion, I suppose. All good things, I promise.
Oh, I need to get better about threatening more people. Then it really should only be bad things you're hearing.
One person's bad is another person's good.
Fair point.
Astra is concerned.
Astra, you're like, oh yeah.
Only good things should only be bad things. Bad things.
This is the bad place.
Good place.
But why is the bad place so hot? Fuck.
Yeah.
All bad things are. What? Captain, if I might ask you maybe a bit of a personal question, I'm not really sure.
Depends on the question. What you
It's
want to
about-
know?
It's about the boat.
Sure.
Where?
Bishop, don't call it a boat.
But it's a boat.
No, it is a ship, Bishop.
It's
There
Some
very
is
would be
different.
ship,
a difference.
But it's a
and she
big
has
The proper name for it is a ship.
and she has a name. Cruel Lightning named her myself.
It's a good name.
Thank
It's
you.
it's a very unique name. I don't think I've ever heard of that. That's a really good name.
Thank you.
Where might you be setting off to next?
Kind of scans over all of you before her eyes land back on Bishop. Looking to get out of the city, are ya?
For people that don't exactly have, let's see, And about 3,000 gold. Yeah. And 2 months.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's oh yeah. No, well, maybe we should have told everyone first. Yeah, we went down to the docks and there's a minimum 2 months wait.
Is
It's very busy right now.
I can't
Because
leave
of the
this place for 2 months.
yeah, we shouldn't stay here for 2 months. That's really bad.
that's
We need to leave as soon as we can.
that's why I was asking the captain where you might be heading off to next, and if you might appreciate a bit of free security for maybe some passage.
Or help with a job, because I do not know that pirates need security.
I mean,
That's what I was going to say. Do you think I can't handle myself
No,
or
that's
me
not what,
crew?
that's not what I said. But it doesn't hurt to have a few extra pairs of eyes on the sea.
Sure, but a few extra hands could also cause some trouble. So, what are you going to offer me for passage?
I mean, what do you want?
What do you have to offer?
Pats himself down the skin bones.
Gold is nice, but sometimes other deals can be made.
I mean, I'm a pretty good cook. Again, what's your favorite food?
You're getting quite personal there, Bishop. You might need to buy me dinner first before you ask all these questions.
I mean, I might, but you have to wait in line. There's someone who's ahead of you on that.
Astra's confused.
As
I
you
was
should
just
be.
saying, like, who's got dinner with him?
Yeah.
It's Veldren.
Veldren.
Yeah.
Man, I shipped that.
Everyone gets it, but Astra.
Yeah.
Boys' night. Boys' night.
Yeah,
Well,
boys' night.
With you.
I've never been much of a patient person, so we'll see.
Fair enough. But you did funny enough, you never did answer my original question. Where might you be headed once you leave the city?
Hmm. See, that's the beauty about running a ship wherever I want.
You know, that's actually a fair point. I feel stupid for asking. He just stares daggers at Aridia after he says he feels stupid for asking.
Y'all looking to go?
I mean, I figure talk it over with the group, but honestly, anywhere but here.
Not Ashenvale.
And not Ashenvale. Or Phelan.
How about this? See, as much as I would love to sit here and make a decision, I don't only have to think about myself. I've got a whole crew. So, why don't you come back to the ship, meet the crew, and we'll see if perhaps we can make a deal.
Can I insight check her? Is this person trustworthy?
Yeah.
I'm also insight check that. I'm insight checking that in particular. That last line in particular.
Cordelia, make me a persuasion or deception check. You don't have to
Can
tell
I?
me which.
Sure. Can I also ask what the two of you are specifically trying to insight?
I want to know, are you wanting us to come back to the ship so you can knock us out and kidnap us? Do you
Honestly,
mean us
sure would be
hard?
better.
Fair.
Do you mean us hard? Do you mean us? Is that like a veiled threat
Yeah.
almost at
Does
the end
does
there?
Cordelia mean you harm?
Yeah.
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 Ultimately, the question you're asking. Yeah.
Sheldon is
I rolled
hoping for the
11.
plot of Taken.
Okay.
17.
I didn't roll a
17.
1 this time. I rolled.
Moving
Okay.
up in the world. Let's go.
Okay. For those who rolled below a 15, she doesn't mean you any harm. Veldren. It's she doesn't have any intention of harming any of you unless you show her you should be harmed.
Got it. Like a normal kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yay, but you don't have
it's
any
not like
malice
she
in this
doesn't
decision.
she doesn't have like a plan to like do anything to any of you by bringing you back to the ship, but it's very like she doesn't trust you. So it's very like I'm not planning on harming you unless you give me a reason to.
It's a vibe check meeting.
Yeah.
I think it'd be all right if we went either now or if we needed to handle some other business. We could possibly meet later. I say, looking around at the group, not wanting to make a decision for everyone's time.
Perhaps we can all get together. About what time is it, DM?
It's around sort of probably like 2 p.m.-ish right now.
Perfect. Let's say we all meet up around just before sundown, and we get to know each other. Maybe have a few drinks once the sun goes down, and get to know each other better.
Seems like you know the way to my heart, a good drink. All right, I'll give a heads up to the crew that we'll be having some visitors stopping by.
There's a place called the Tall Tankard, and that seems like a pretty nice place to get a drink. But
We're not gonna have drinks on the ship.
atmosphere. Unless
When
we
we
wanted to have drinks on the ship. I
That's
don't
what
know
I was
if
offering.
I don't know if the sailors want leave from the ship that they've been on for, I'm assuming, weeks at a time. I don't know how life works on there.
Sailors listen to what I tell them to do, is what she says, and then there's like a beat, and she goes, besides, they've had this whole entire day to run amok through the city.
All right. I'm wrong then.
Probably get into tons of trouble, sort of what we're known for.
Oh, I think I'm gonna like them.
You trouble?
And
Trouble's my middle name.
So Captain Trouble and then a last name. Interesting.
Cordelia Trouble Archer.
You really do have a lot of names, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
how many crew members do you have on your ship? Just so we know, kind of. How many?
DM?
It's roughly about 30. It's roughly about 30 people. 20 to 35. Yeah, it's, yeah, like 20 to 30. Probably like 25 to 30 people.
Yeah.
Ha.
Roughly about 30.
Yeah, she's a different D&D character. Hi, I'm Aridia. Aridia. Like, you just see, like, immediately starts doing, like, mental math in her head. I'm just like,
You're gonna
okay.
Stop it.
Yeah, 30,
Stop it.
30 to 1. I could take that.
Stop it.
Not that math, but, like,
Listen.
odds of, like...
Yeah.
It don't have to be. I mean, we could each take three before.
Both of you. No.
Listen, if you're worried about the numbers, I promise that they will be on their best behavior. Can't say the same for me.
Okay, so it's 11 to 29. See, we got this.
I take promises very, very seriously. She has, like, a definite fae quality to her, in a way.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
We shall meet
Oh.
you tonight. We
well,
shall
it's
meet
been a while since I've been.
Those of us that are interested shall meet you tonight for drinks.
Offers there. Ship is docked in the dock. So come on down when you can. I'll be waiting. But not for too long.
You know, it's been a long time since I've actually been in the water. I think this might sound fun.
Been on the water, Bishop. You were on the water like a
No.
week ago.
In,
like 3
the
weeks
water.
ago.
in the water.
In the water. Okay.
Why are we
you gonna
getting in?
swim in the
Literally.
water?
Yeah.
Literally earlier today, remember? You had a bath?
Bath, not the ocean. You can't swim in a bath.
Want to bet?
I
You
mean,
shouldn't
yes, you
swim in the
can.
harbor either.
If you're really lucky,
can.
you could
Yeah.
swim in a bath. That's
For those of us tall, we can barely fit. Okay.
that's a you
True.
problem.
It's really true.
I did forget to mention she is 5'10".
Queen.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
just about like right here.
Oh, so you're short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Sorry, 5'10" and a
She'll
half.
My bad. My bad.
She'll
My
go-
bad. You're
she'll
5'10"
go-
and a half.
Yeah. She'll go, well, I look forward
you,
to
Abigail.
seeing ya. As her gaze sort of stops on each one of you.
Mhm.
And she will turn with a flourish of her coat and walk off towards the docks.
Captain.
Okay.
Did anybody
Oh,
else
that-
get funky vibes from her? Just me?
Not funky. She's bored.
I got the
No,
vibes. I
I
do not know
don't
what they are.
exactly.
She's-
No.
She's
But,
bored. She doesn't mean us harm as long as we don't do anything.
Yeah, and I mean,
I've
if
met
we can
types
get,
like her in the past.
and if she's offering to take us to wherever we need to go, that's not 2 months away, or 3,000 gold on top of that.
Well, I mean, she said payment. She was saying rubbish of
Yeah, but-
payment, so you should
Was
probably know
it-
about that.
Oh,
I didn't specify how much it was going to cost y'all.
Exactly.
I think we should decline from saying how desperate we are to get out of here.
yes.
If negotiation tactics would drive it up.
You know, Veldren, I gotta say, sometimes I think you might be the luckiest person I know.
Oh? I can certainly guarantee you that is not the case.
Well, I mean- Think about it the way I see it. Myself, and these guys right here, and I'll just kind of like elbow them, like jokingly. We're coming back from the docks, having terrible luck. Can't get anything. 2 months out, 3,000 gold. I'm not even going to mention the other guy. Is no, quick. And then we come here and we find you. Well, first I find these two. I get some nice sweets. And then you show up with a new friend who has a boat, who can get us out of here just like that. That's some pretty good luck.
Friends is a strong word. We
Acquaintance.
just met in a situation that isn't uncommon for me.
Yeah, explain the Manako, please.
Wait,
Mhm.
the medical?
The
Yeah,
one
she
that
was
was on her
handcuffed.
wrist, kind of just.
She's being arrested for just being seen.
Oh yeah. No, that's actually common. That's happened to me before.
It feels incorrect.
What do you mean? Really?
Who just gets arrested from being looked at?
Sybil,
I
what do you
was-
think?
What?
Oh,
You've been quiet. You have opinions. What do you think?
I don't really know.
Did you give Vel the shirts?
Have not had a chance to do that.
Have you been
Okay.
a little busy?
Also, this was a combined effort.
yeah.
Did you? Okay, who picked out the color so it matches her dress? I mean,
Bishop.
Yes.
Bishop, as you're as this kind of conversation is happening and you're kind of talking, and you kind of this is kind of going back like a little bit as Cordelia is kind of like leaving. You didn't realize it at first. Actually, this should be Bishop and Aridia actually. As probably more so Bishop than Aridia, but as Cordelia is kind of leaving, you didn't realize it when you were in her presence, but as she's leaving, there's kind of this feeling that kind of starts to fade away. Some sort of connection. If you both like to make me Arcana checks, please.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was wondering
Yeah.
about that.
For the love of God, fuck me. That is a natural 20.
Oh
That's
my
fine.
god.
That is a natural
21.
19 for a 24.
Okay.
The siblings got
So is your natural 20 just 20?
21.
Okay, yeah. So Bishop would probably pick up on it just a little bit more than Aridia. But Aridia, you also clocked this. But Bishop, as Cordelia is kind of walking away, it's a new feeling that you're not used to, but then you suddenly kind of seem to clock what it is. something about this Cordelia person. They came to you for a reason. Not just nothing happens just by chance, right? Like there's always things happen for a reason.
Yeah, everything
Like,
happens
when
for a
you-
reason. Look at
Exactly, like when you ran into Astra and, met with everyone else, you crossed paths with your sibling again after 150 years.
Mhm.
And this is another meeting that is definitely not by chance, but by design of the universe, because you feel a connection. You think she might be carrying one of the artifacts you're looking for. Aridia, with the artifact that you're carrying, you also feel almost like almost like slight magnetism. Like you almost feel like on your waist, you almost feel it like moving a little bit, like it wants to be bonded with whatever this Cordelia person is carrying. You get the feeling that this Captain Cordelia is carrying one of the pieces.
I'm just gonna just lock eyes with Aridia. And then in Draconic, just say, "You felt that, right?"
I did, and I do not like it.
Yeah.
Already, you're very quiet.
No!
I mean,
Every
yes,
time, why?
it's the soft French voice.
No, it is my mic bullying me.
That too.
Yes, I felt it too. I think we need to talk to her.
Most definitely.
I like adjust the pouch on my back because it feels
Mm,
wrong now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I
Wait, doesn't
it wasn't. That wasn't a weird conversation, right? It just Astra said it felt weird. That wasn't weird.
it was a little bit, but it is fine. Doesn't okay, I'm so sorry. Vel, don't you speak Draconic?
No, I don't speak Draconic.
No,
That's
right, but
weird.
pretty sure we're the only ones that speak Draconic.
I do not speak Draconic.
It's our sibling language.
I will. Veldren will look at the two having a conversation.
Yeah, you guys. Here's the thing. They
Alright.
understand you. They're also very aware that you're having a conversation in a different language of the purpose that the people around you can't understand it. They're not stupid, okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're very aware. You're going, hey, we're gonna have a conversation that you can't understand, just in front of you. By the way,
People do it all the time in
Siblings
this
have-
group.
Guess the siblings have.
you two do it. Anyway.
Nevertheless, we should all have conversations about whether or not this is a smart idea. See
I
if we
would
cannot
agree.
find maybe some other options. But I can't give a explicit reason why I jumped in to help. I had a feeling.
It is your nature,
I
Veldren.
tend to listen to a feeling.
I mean, you do tend to jump into things to help people out.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Is self-preservation.
No,
I'm fine, am I not?
I think he just does it because he's a nice person.
Okay. So you guys are currently in the town square. Where would you guys be thinking of kind of going next? Or are you wanting to spend some more time here in the square? Look at some more of the stalls, look at some more of the things that are around. This is the center of town, so there might be some more things to find, but that's up to you guys.
Can we
think
get
I'll
out of the public eye?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
Yeah.
I'll usher us towards like where the inns were, and as
Mhm.
I found two inns. Even if we do decide to take captain up on that offer, we might need a place to stay. There's one, the Sleeping Goddess. It's a bit fancier. 5 to 10 gold a night per person.
Oh,
Or
that
per
is a
room.
lot.
Per room. 5 to 10 gold a night per room. The other, much more affordable one, would be 1 to 2 gold a night for our entire group. Tall tankard. Bit rougher around the edges, but nothing too terribly bad.
I mean, if we're trying to save up on gold, especially for travel, or buying our way into travel,
Yes.
I think the Tot Tanker might be the best bet. But
There's a
that
few
is
options
just
for
my
that as
opinion.
well.
I cannot speak for everybody.
We could visit the job board, see what's available. There's also a tournament going on later,
There's a what?
sometime later this month. Tournament. Something that we could possibly...
Bishop gets like just a little bit closer and just like, I am begging you with every bit of life I don't have. Please elaborate.
Well, this is a tournament. You fight, you win, you get money. I never paid too much attention
Slowly
to the
turns his head to
sports.
Aridia.
Oh, I can see like the cogs in Bishop's brain. Just the one, just whirling.
Yep.
Oh, that's
It's
scary.
just the
see
one,
smoke.
and it's turning horizontally to look at Aridia.
I do not like to fight for money, Bishop. It is not honorable.
It don't have to be honorable, but it make money.
And Veldren in his head. Veldren in his head. Yeah, but striking down a man that was turning his back to you is...
He was a threat.
in his head!
I don't care. He was a threat.
She can read minds.
Yeah, I will say there is a board nearby that does seem to have a very brightly colored poster that does read Titans Tourney, kind of nearby.
The annual kind of tournament, Titans tournament.
It was very quiet, Jay. I did not hear a word of that.
Oh, sorry. I just kind of nodded to it. Yes, the annual event, Titans tourney. Bit of a not to the death, but nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
Something
Bishop,
to consider.
are you like looking at this flyer that's been that's like on this wall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It reads. Let me grab my notes so I can tell you what specifically it says. Where are you? So many notes. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Give me just a moment. Titan 20. There we go. You see it's a big kind of in like red text. It says Titan Tony. Come witness the Gloria's qualifying stage for the International Battle Tournament, Titans Crucible. Special permissions allow magic users to use all levels of magic in the tourney, despite Gloria's magical license laws. And then there's a little asterisk on it, and you look at the bottom, it's like, temporary magic licenses required, can be acquired at sign up. And then there's kind of like 3 different styles of matches that seem to be set up. There is Titans Clash, which is a 1-on-1 bracket duels where you face off 1v1. There is Dynamic Duos, which is a 2-on-2 battle system. And then there is the one that is in the biggest text, Team Titans, which is basically up to 6 players on each side can face off in a match against each other in kind of bracket matches. So yeah. That's what it reads. And it says you look at like the signups. It's like signups must be by this date, and you like quickly be like, wait, what date is it? And that's about 2 days from now. Like that's when the tournament is supposed to happen. So signups will end very soon.
Oh. I don't think everybody in our group wants to fight against other people for money, do they?
No.
Something to talk about. It was just an idea to... We should rest. We've been traveling for quite a long while.
That we should.
And we have a meeting tonight for those of us that want to go.
Yes. Yeah, we should go get some rest.
Okay.
I got one quick little thing.
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
Hey, so like walks up to Bishop. Moshe, can I have a
Walks up to who?
Walks up to who? You said walks up to Bishop. Who are you talking to?
oh Astra?
Okay.
Do you think I could have a very quick conversation with you?
Sure.
Looks at the rest of the group. We'll be right back.
You guys can do this. I will say you could do this on the way to wherever
Mhm.
you're going. I will say.
Yeah,
You don't
I
have
was
to
gonna
do
say we
this
can
right
walk
here.
forward ahead of you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Absolutely. You
I'm
don't have
dead.
to like. Yeah, you can have a private conversation as you're kind of walking, but you got to decide where are you going. That's the question.
Tinker, aren't we?
Yeah, it's taking us
Yeah,
to the
that's
talk
what you
anchor
decided?
to get set up with rooms for the night.
Okay. Yeah. I will say, just to describe the square a little bit more, just because you're kind of like taking this moment now. It is a large kind of like marketplace. I've realized I forgot to describe it properly. There is kind of like a large kind of marketplace setup. There are lots of stalls. It seems to be kind of like a temporary setup thing that seems to happen during the day, and then everything kind of goes away. It's a lot of like carts and stuff. It's not a lot of like full set things. It looks like, you know, things can be brought in, the square can be cleared out, that sort of thing. And then at the far end, you see a big kind of like, there's a big kind of stone building that has a big like stone wall. And on that wall, you see a very wonderfully painted mural, which depicts let me find it. Hold on, sorry. Notes again. I have too many notes. I should, arrange them better. Fight me about it. It's okay. Wait, no, I'm looking at the
You're
wrong
doing
thing.
great, hon.
You're doing amazing.
You're doing great, sweaty.
Damn it.
She's great. God damn it. Yes.
You're doing
So
it so
you see,
sexily.
you see a mural that depicts 7 individuals. And you see kind of in the sky, kind of like on this like painting. It's kind of like painting what looks like not quite a battle, but almost like it's very kind of like movie poster-esque, kind of like the figures in the foreground, the battle kind of happening in the background. They're kind of all in like fighting poses, that sort of thing. And in the kind of background of this, you do see what looks like, like fireballs and like buildings and stuff like that. And then in the kind of sky of the mural, you do see what looks like, because you've seen them up close now, what look like astral dreadnoughts, mind flayer ships flying through the sky. You assume that this is a kind of mural of a mural from after the battle that happened many, many years ago. Can all of you make me history checks?
Just a straight
My
history
dice
roll.
hate me.
Mhm.
Oh, that was the magic word.
No, Abigail.
A natural 20 for a 24.
26.
26.
17.
17.
19.
Listen, after rolling so many nat ones tonight, I'm happy with the 20. 24.
Okay.
Miguel, we can't hear you.
What? Can't hear me? What?
I got
No,
an 8.
Abby.
I got an 8, which is a 13. I don't like my
A
dice
13?
today.
Oh, your dice are really
Yeah,
fighting you today.
Yeah.
Just
This-
shove him
this
in the
fucked up.
freezer and teach him a lesson.
That doesn't work.
Just
That-
put him in your mouth and give him a crunch.
No,
It's
don't do
big.
that.
Eat it.
I'm not
Do
gonna chew
not
it.
do that. No,
Big.
don't
My
eat
God.
them. Do not
My
eat your dice.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Swear to God. Can't believe you guys. But yeah, sorry, so we had 26 from Veldren, 23 from Astra.
24?
24? Okay. Bishop, what do we have from you?
17 plus 2. 19.
19, and then Aridia.
17.
17. Okay, yep. Probably everyone, I think, poor Sybil. With your 8, you would vaguely recognize these individuals, I think. But I think in classic Sybil fashion, still thinking about that god in the alleyway.
Just wanna
And
hug
being
her.
like, he didn't get up.
I wanna
No, he's
hug
fine.
her.
No, is he? And you're still like, you've been quiet this whole time. It's almost like, I feel like that's kind of been on her mind this whole time.
Yeah, lots of things have been on our mind from the past couple of
Mhm.
hours.
Yeah, a lot has happened to our poor girl.
Or
Bad
Went
things
from
need to stop
smooching someone to
happening.
killing someone.
We don't know. But for the rest of you, you would definitely recognize these individuals as what became quite well known after that battle as the Seven. They were the 7 great heroes that kind of were part of the final push that kind of destroyed the Elder Brain that was leading this army over Gloria, kind of in this kind of final assault to drive back the Mind Flayer threat. You see these 7 figures. You see a drow man with kind of glowing blue eyes and white hair, with kind of like purple kind of roguish armor, holding what looks like almost like translucent daggers. You see a human woman dressed in kind of like a lot of yellows and like yellow and white colors with like a kind of like a nice like yellow corset, kind of summoning some sort of holy magic of some kind. You see a man wearing kind of black leather armor, kind of dark skin, a purple hood over his head, and purple glowing eyes. Again, wielding some sort of purple magic that looks somewhat familiar to something you've seen. You see a very tall looking woman in kind of gold armor with a kind of some sort of either birthmark or kind of like burn scar across her eye, kind of gingery hair, big great sword, and kind of a very stone like look on her face. You see a minotaur man wielding a large hammer, kind of standing behind the group, kind of letting out some sort of roar, and then next to him, somewhat matching his height, which is surprising. You see a large Goliath woman also kind of holding a big hammer kind of aloft, the two of them kind of standing together, big kind of ghoulish grin on her face, kind of white hair shaved on one side, kind of wearing kind of this like mix of metal armor and kind of like wool furs. And then kind of with them kind of holding a kind of like a flute of some kind, and kind of there's like a depiction of like magical notes coming out of it. You see a satyr man with kind of a mop of kind of gingery hair, kind of gingery fur legs, kind of wearing some like very nice green colors. And yeah, you would recognize this group as the Seven. This mural seems to have been created kind of in their honor. And with those of you with the higher history checks, you would know that most of them are still around. They're known as like, they're like retired, but they're like, great heroes now. They kind of just have settled kind of all over the world, except for one. You know that the man with the purple eyes, Nolan, his name was Olin Harper. He gave himself up in a last-ditch effort sacrifice to destroy the Elder Brain itself, letting out a kind of radiant blast of magic along with his patron deity Mystra. Yeah, that's what you would know. You would see that mural and you would know that. Just a little flavor, a little bit extra for you guys. Yeah.
Veldren
So you
sees
guys
that and
are
locks some.
no,
Veldren,
yeah.
Veldren sees and just kind of locks something away, a thought away into his brain about something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Research later.
But yeah, the rest of you make your way out of the square, and you're heading towards the tall tankard. And yeah, Bishop and Astra, you guys kind of like drop back a little bit to kind of have a conversation. Yeah,
Like kind of like
go for it.
gently tug on the back of her cloak, just to like pull her back away from the group a little bit. And then switching over to Celestial.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Because no one else speaks Celestial, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
nobody else speaks
Nobody
Celestial.
Who else would speak Celestial? Are you okay? I know today is especially once we got into the city was a bit rough on you.
I'll be fine. I just don't like the extra eyes. I don't want people to ask why I'm not at the gate.
I get that. And you especially, you would notice he looks nervous, maybe sweating. If it's
You can't sweat, he's dead.
Christ.
Some of the scales kind of like shift to a bluer tint. Is like, I wanted to thank you again for getting me the shirt. It's very sweet of you.
Of course. I can't look at those two.
Nope, not looking.
Blocking them out.
I get a couple seconds of awkward silence. Astra, do you want to go on a date with me?
Sure. She's bright red.
Yep. If the scales went from blue to red. Okay, cool.
What? When we were talking to Captain, you had said that there are other people. What? Astra's confused, and she's like,
gets a little bit redder. I was points at you. It was kind of
yeah, I'd love to go on a date with you, Bishop.
Okay. I have an idea. I think I think you'd really enjoy.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of dates and stuff, do you know that Veldren and Sybil aren't dating?
Wait, what?
Not.
Wait. Hold on. Since when? When did they break up?
Astra's a filthy fucking gossip. Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you gotta say that.
Shouting in Celestial. Wait, when did they break up?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Here's the thing, we were never together.
But no,
Yeah.
no.
You two start gossiping and kind of like having like your little like what as you all kind of like continue on
Great tea.
and make your way to the toll tankard. I guess for Jay, for Veldren, were you listening to any of this? Because you do speak Celestial. Would actually no, they moved back. Never mind.
Everybody speaks Celestial, don't they?
You're so right.
We all
That's all right.
speak Celestial.
That's so true.
Except
You're right.
Sybil.
Oh, I speak Celestial.
Except
You
Sybil.
do also speak Celestial.
Oh my
Every
god.
single one of us speaks Celestial. That
We're
was
not
not
slick.
planned.
We don't know that.
Anyway,
I literally talk to
anyway,
a goddess. Of course, I speak Celestial.
anyway. You kind of like finish out that conversation as you make your way back to the toll tankard, and yeah, I'm assuming you guys are just getting rooms and then just gonna kind of rest for a bit. That's the plan.
Yes, I don't know if Sybil's gonna be staying at the tall tanker because it's not
Okay.
safe. But I don't know where
Yeah.
she's gonna go.
If people are starting to get rooms, Sybil, what would you do then? If people are kind of like, there's kind of that awkward kind of just like, all right, we're getting rooms, stuff like that. You're kind of like standing in this kind of very like it's somewhat crowded in here. It is a tavern by day, and then there are rooms upstairs. What would you kind of say then if people are being like, all right, what's happening? What are we getting rooms? How many? Like who's getting what rooms? Stuff like that. Do you say anything?
I think she would just kind of look at Veldren like,
I would look at Veldren. Not look at Veldren. I look at
The
myself.
second person to do that today.
I am dumb.
You guys are all talking to
I would-
yourselves.
I would look to Sybil and just come a little closer to like whisper into her ear. You can stay at the safe house if you wish.
okay.
You will be safe there. No one knows about it. Through reasons. We should have a conversation sometime soon. I think you deserve to know a bit more answers about me. I'm sure you have many questions after today.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys are going to the safe house, you could have that conversation on the way. I'm just saying.
If there's a good time to do it, we can. But if we also want to fast forward to the
Yeah,
That's fine.
absolutely.
captain
We can say.
episode.
Yeah, we can
Well,
do it
I mean,
later.
yeah. If you guys are heading now, would you say that you guys would be heading to the safe house now then? Because I'm just
I'm
figuring
leaving
out
that
what
up to
people are
Sybil.
doing
Probably for resting, yeah, because everyone's resting.
for resting.
Until
Yeah.
that time. But
Just to take it like a short rest or something. Just
Yeah,
to
sure.
like
Like get a
everything
power
is
nap
said
in.
a lot.
Yeah. So yeah. Veldren and Sybil, you guys kind of start heading off towards the safe house as everyone else. You
I would let
for
her know.
Bishop, Astra, and Aridia. You guys meet up with your other friends. Zydus is there. You see Rella has been hard at work. Has managed to make about 20 gold through arm wrestling contests with very drunk people. She has been betting on arm wrestling, has been winning every time. She's made about 20 gold out of it. She like turns and looks at you guys and like, this place is fucking great. I love it here. Also, I heard something. I heard rumors that there's some sort of underground fighting ring. I'm so fucking down for that. That's all I'm saying. I'm so down for that.
There's also
Make a killing.
there's also a massive tournament coming up soon.
Oh fuck yes! That is what I do. I was a gladiator in the Hells. That's literally my thing.
1 second.
And she
Every
gets
day-
very excited about that.
Every day, you sure you don't want to do doubles for the tourney?
I mean, if you really want me to, I will, but it has been quite a time since we have fought together.
I know that. I just miss fighting with my sister. In the fun way. Not the kind where we yell at each other like we used to, and still kind of do.
If you want me to, Bishop, I will.
But that That is not what I asked. I asked if you wanted to.
And I
You
give you
can
an
say
answer.
you can say no if you don't want to.
I will fight with you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. That makes
Okay.
me very happy. I think Veldren was
Hell yeah.
asking about a partner. You might want to ask him about it when you see him.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Moving from that conversation.
I think Bishop was telling that to Rella.
Yeah,
I'm telling
Torella.
to find me
Terrell.
as a
Oh, you didn't
partner.
clarify that. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
so
You did not clarify that at all.
Oh
You
no,
did
I'm
not
Yeah.
sorry.
clarify
Yeah, after
I
that,
got
that,
it.
that it would make me very happy. He would then
Yeah.
turn to Rella and say, "You know,
Okay.
I think Bishop, I think Veldren was looking for a partner for doubles."
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. If you can keep up with me, hell yeah. He's a little squishy. He's not really got much muscle to him, but I can make up for that. And yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
move
even
from
here,
that.
and I'm catching strays.
We'll move from that conversation because we do need to wrap up soon. But we will go back to Cordelia. And as Cordelia, you are you make your way out of the square and start making your way down towards the waterfront. Do you do anything? Are you thinking of anything on your way down? You've met these interesting new individuals. You've met effectively a celebrity that is with them.
Yeah.
Which is a whole thing. They're asking for passage on your ship, which is weird because like that's sus. Why would they want secret passage on a pirate ship when they're literally like a princess? Like that's weird. The rest of them, but that's
No,
odd.
I think she I make my way back to the ship. I got to talk to my first mate about all this.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way down to the waterfront. You make me a perception check.
Okay. Oof, not great. 7.
7. Yeah, you are just like you're thinking about everything. Like this is weird. And you kind of like walk down to the dock, kind of next to the ship that you that was kind of like next to you guys as you kind of arrived. And then you look, and the cruel lightning is not where it was parked before. Kind of stand like you almost like walk off the edge as you're like going to go up the plank. You're like, wait, oh, my ship is not here.
Do I
Like,
see
look
it
around.
anywhere at the waterfront?
With a 7, you don't see it. Like you look around.
No. Oh, those fucking bastards. They're pulling some sort of dirty trick on me, aren't they? Oh, I'm going to fucking kill them. I look for my ship. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
You wanna make another? I'll let you make another perception check.
And if there are any people passing by, go, excuse me, sorry to bother you. Did you happen to see a ship by the name of the Cruel Lightning docked here?
Make me a straight up charisma check then. Instead of another perception check, just straight up charisma.
Charisma, sure. Use a different die.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a 3.
3. You kind of like approach people. They're just like,
5.
no, and very quickly move on. Yeah.
Is there like a bar nearby?
That would probably be like a waterfront bar, yeah.
Can I go into the bar and see if I can find any of my crew members?
Yeah, sure. Go in there. Make me an investigation check. See if you can find investigation or perception, whichever one is better. See if you can find anyone.
My perception's better, please. Please. 19.
19. You go in and you kind of like you kind of like look around. You don't see like there are people who should definitely be here. You look around, and then in the corner, you see one of the like the youngest members of the crew, one of the just the little guys that you kind of felt bad for, just picked up. Just like, oh, you're mine now. You're just a little guy, and you're mine now.
Yeah.
More for the shits and giggles rather than for him being a good part of the crew, just because he's more entertaining than anything else.
Yeah.
But you see, call him Little John. You see him just kind of just sitting at the bar, just like he's a little like halfling, and he's just like drinking like this glass that is very clearly too big for him, but he's just like having a good time. You don't see anyone else, just him.
I grab him by the ear, and I drag him out of the bar.
Ow, Captain, what's happening? What did I do? You said we could have the day off. What's happening?
And I take him and I slam him up against the wall and I go, "Where is my fucking ship?"
I don't know what you're talking about. It's in the dock.
I gesture to the dock where it's not there.
He turns, looks at it, looks back at you, and goes, "Okay, correction. It was there last time I looked, and you're not on it, and I'm not on it. Okay, I see. I'm starting to see the problem now. Okay.
Where the fuck is my fucking ship?"
I swear to you, Captain, I do not know. I do not know.
Insight check.
Sure.
Guys, this is the first insight check of the session for me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm so proud of you.
Are you feeling okay? It's been like 2.5 hours.
I know, it's crazy.
Weird.
12.
Are you getting a fever?
12.
Weird.
He is like terrified. You usually are so like not sweet, but like you'd probably be like usually like kind of sweet to him. It's just like he's whatever. He could hurt a fly. He's just whatever. Now you're like, this is probably the first time that you've like properly got off on him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He looks like he's like ready to wet himself. Like he could not lie to you even if he wanted to. He genuinely has no clue.
Where's the rest of the crew? Where's Hawkins?
He was still on the ship. I mean, you said we could have the day off, and so I saw a bar nearby, and a drink's a drink. Am I right? I thought some of the others were gonna go further into the city, maybe, but like I didn't. I was the first to go. I was very keen. I went like straight after you, pretty much. But like I didn't see anyone else, and I was drinking. I was having a good time. Yes, Captain. Sorry, Captain.
Did you see anybody hanging around the ship that wasn't part of the crew? Did you see fucking anything? Or were you too busy stuffing your face with a drink to pay attention?
I was in fact too busy stuffing my face with a drink, Captain. I'm so sorry. I thought I had the day off. I didn't really.
I'm gonna pick him up off the wall and I'm gonna walk over to the docks.
Mm-hmm.
And just still like hold him in my hand. Can I like glance around? Is there like fucking anything left behind that would give me any sort of indication of like whether this ship like went on its own or if somebody commandeered it and stole it?
The ship that I'll say this: the ship that was next to you guys when you arrived, the
spice ship going back
Hawkins
to Aurora
was,
Isles that Hawkins
up.
was eyeing.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. There are still people
it's
around.
Still there?
They're still kind of yeah. It's still there.
Do I see like I don't know? Are there any like ropes that have been cut? Like
on the ship? No, the ship is like perfectly moored. You do still see kind of people are still like loading things on and off. There are still people coming and going. You see what looks to be some sort of like merchant of some kind of standing kind of near the top of the plank, kind of seeing things coming and going, kind of just watching things. Just looks very kind of miffed and annoyed that things are taking so long.
Sure. Can I just gesture to the merchant and go, "Excuse me, do you know what happened to the ship that was parked next to you?"
Kind of like looks down at you, just like, What's it to you?
I really don't have time for this. Do you know what happened or not?
Same thing that happened to most ships that arrive here. Came in, it moored, and then it left. Didn't stick around very long. I was hoping not to either. And kind of like looks at the guys who are like loading things up. They start going a little quicker.
Did you happen to see? Did it seem like a sort of a pale elf fella was rearing the ship?
Make a check. Yeah, actually. Yeah, he was eyeing up my spices before. I thought I might have to have a word with him. He your captain or something? Seems to have left you behind, left in a hurry.
Oh, I'm going to fucking kill him. And I look at Little John and I hold him over the dock of the water, go, since you seem to like having liquid down in your throat so much, and I drop him into the water.
Just falls. Just sploosh in the water. Starts flapping around. Yeah.
And I look back at the merchant and go, actually, I'm the captain, and seems like I've got a crew to deal with, as the lightning sparks across her eyes.
Oh, captain, huh? Well, seems like you got left behind, captain. What's a captain without a ship? Kind of like walks off.
Oh, I'll show them exactly what it's like when a captain doesn't have their ship.
Yeah. Cordelia, what do you do? There's no ship. There's no crew.
Shit.
There's no first mate to interrogate. It's all
Nope.
gone. There's also no 30,000 gold.
Yeah.
You have a few coins to your name, whatever you would have been carrying.
Uh-huh. Got that artifact, though.
You do.
Me, the player, am freaking out because I was not expecting this, so I have no idea what to do.
That's so fair.
I just, like... Can I look out on the horizon?
Yeah?
Do I, like, see any sort of, like, glimpse of it off into the distance?
You see a few ships coming and going. You can make a perception check to see if you can pick out specifically the Crow Lightning. You would know it at a distance.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm killing 30 people. Fuck me, man! 9.
9. Yeah, you look out. There are a lot of ships coming and going. You don't spot it specifically.
Oh. It's a good thing I met some people that I think can help me. And I will turn around and I will start heading back to where I disbanded from the group.
Yeah, heading back towards the tall tanker that they had mentioned before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You start making your way back. Veldren and Sybil, you guys are just as probably our last scene for the day. You guys are kind of making your way back towards the safe house.
Yeah. I am very much on the lookout for this mystic elite. What do I know about
What do you know about the Mystic Elite? Make me history check. See what you remember.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Oh, you okay. You would know that they are a avoid at all costs elite unit that are like they are like the Black Ops squad of mages, effectively. Of the They are effectively the commander's like personal trained guard.
Mhm.
They are like the top people. Like there was a reason people was making space for them. You
Mhm.
back home, you were basically told if you see that, you don't be within 100 feet of that. If you come into contact with that, you're dead. There is no, you don't get away from that.
I
That's
was right
do not.
there.
That is a do not engage at all costs situation, and you are within like fucking 10 feet. Yeah, you would know that they are. They
Or
are.
do I know that
Not
they're
all
all?
of them are like top level like mages. Some of them are fighters. Some of them are designed for slaying mages. They
Mhm.
are. Yeah, they are basically like they are a specific unit designed specifically to work well together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
a
And they're here.
crazy force. Yep.
And they're here after
Mm-hmm.
Sybil.
Seems to be.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty. I think Veldren's pretty quiet on the just on the way walking.
Yeah.
He very much is just kind of keeping an eye out, just in case.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we
Yeah.
talk until we get to the safe house.
Yeah, I think a lot of like the majority of the talking will wait until we're behind closed walls.
I mean, yeah. You look. I'll say this: you can have if you're wanting to have a private conversation, you can do that
Mhm.
while walking. Like you will not be overheard. Like you can do that
Yeah.
if you want. But it's up to you. You can absolutely do that.
Yeah, we'll wait until we're at the safe house. So
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just walk. We
Cool.
walk to the safe house and then
Yeah.
nod to Elfric as I rush us downstairs.
Well, before that,
oh,
before you get there,
oh,
as you guys are walking, you guys kind of like make your way back, kind of passing back through the square. It's a little quieter now. It's been a couple more hours since, and kind of stuff is starting to kind of close up and stuff like that. And Sybil, you kind of like glance up at this mural that you kind of may have like seen kind of in passing, but kind of like now kind of see it more clearly as you're not as locked in thinking about whether a certain guard may be alive or not. But you kind of like look over the different figures, and then you kind of see the man with the kind of glowing purple eyes, very similar to Ezra's, and you assume your own. And you kind of like look at it, and you kind of blink, and as you do, very similar to something you experienced on the Nautiloid, your vision kind of changes a little bit, and this mural kind of dampens in kind of like it's almost like in a kind of hued light, but the eyes specifically glow, and you see not part of the painting itself that Veldren would have seen, but you see kind of across his arms and along his neck and kind of on his forehead, this figure, the runic tattoos seem to show up. And as you kind of look around, you see on a building nearby a similar rune. And then kind of down the street, you see another one. Almost like it's some sort of pattern for some reason. You don't really know. Almost like it's guiding you in a way. But, yeah. You guys can either choose to follow that or continue on to the safe house. It's up to you.
I'm gonna store that away for later.
Mm-hmm.
Probably while people are doing the tournament, because I'm not gonna do that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. You guys can continue on to the safe house then. You get there, Veldren, you can continue. Sorry, I just needed to throw that in there.
No, absolutely.
Thank you for doing that. I'm writing it down right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A side quest.
I'll have us down in the safe house. It probably leads Sybil to one of the rooms. It's a very bare, basic room, but it's comfortable. It is a very comfortable. It is warm down here. It is a very plush, comfortable bed. probably a desk just to do some writing, a little bit of studying, and there'd probably be like almost even like a small not library but collection of books, off in one of the other rooms. Welcome to one of the safe houses. The council doesn't know about these, and neither do the guards, so it should be safe for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
She'll just kind of like sit down on the edge of the bed and like
I will.
slouch a little, just like.
I'll probably take a seat on the floor, or in like probably on the chair next to the desk, and kind of spin around to where I'm facing you. I imagine you have questions.
Yes, I think you probably do as well.
A few.
I mean, the question I was going to ask you before all this still stands. Are you... This is a lot, Veldren. Are you sure?
It is a lot. You are not lying, and I will not disrespect you by saying it is nothing. But it is something that is a lot here. If we were to travel to other places, it would not be like this. And you are kind. You are interesting. You are you are someone in need. And who would I be if I just left you like that? So yes, I do intend to keep studying, and you have done a great deal for me as well. So yes, if you'll have me.
Yes, of course. You've saved my life on more than one occasion. Today included.
You've also saved my life. Your magic has saved the both of us. So do not count that amongst as if owing favors or anything like that. You are a friend now. And friends do not owe each other favors.
So, what is it you're, I don't know, willing to share or want to ask?
I should share what this is. I am a part of an organization called the Outsiders. We are a group of disparate mages, scholars, academics that wish to bring about the free study of magic here in Gloria. Many of us were cast out from Glorian society due to research. None harmful, none bad. That is part of our tenets, is not to harm through magic, is to help. But in Gloria, any kind of research into magic is dangerous. I was cast out for. I was stripped of my license 3 years ago or so. Expelled from my university for studying into spell scrolls to try to find a cure for my friend. the curse that I've been searching for. A friend of mine was already part of this group, and heard about my plight and invited me. And so for the past few years, they've allowed me to research. They have provided funding, they have provided material, they have allowed me to travel across our country, searching for answers, with me doing a few favors for them here and there as repayment. But also because I believe in what they are looking for. They are good people, and they wish to help better Gloria through magic. I mean, there are many things we could do, many projects that they are seeking after. Automatic running aquifers, stones that could repair themselves from weather damage. These are not harmful things. They want to make the world a better place. And I truly believe that.
That sounds lovely.
I'm glad you think so. But I'm the one that does most of the traveling, and so I established a few save houses across Gloria for people to rest, for mages seeking asylum, for situations like this. You haven't met her yet, but Anna Elfric's eldest grandchild, and I met a few years ago. When I was traveling to Mystral first, we became good friends, and she became a pupil of mine. And this was the first safe house that we opened.
It's nice. It's very nice.
Thank you. I'm proud of it. Anything that you feel like I've left out in any situation, or something you wish to know more about?
Brought up before about weeding out the corruption in Gloria.
Well, that is the first step to establishing the study of magic again. With the current administration, they would never accept something such as that we would be calling them weak or something similar. Not all of them. I'm not naive enough to believe that every single one of them would run upon it, but none of them have done anything to help the disparate mages across the country. We live in a meritocracy, yes, a place where your abilities are supposed to lead to right, and in theory that sounds great and everything. However, it does not factor in class disparities. Those with more money are able to put in more time, training, research into their abilities. People that are born to the noble families are allowed to sit in amongst meetings to better understand how they work, and how all that happens. So it is a meritocracy, yes, but it is one that is several glaring problems.
Yes,
There are better systems that could be put into place, I believe.
you are absolutely correct. I sat in on many of those meetings myself.
Yes, and I do not mean to say any of this to insult you or anyone of noble heritage. It's just things that I've thought about, which
Okay.
would bring me to one of my questions.
Yes.
You say that the commander was interested in you. Was this... Have you always had your runes? Why in the timeline?
It was the night before I was going to a council meeting that I had the dream with with Mystra, and then the next day I looked different and had a lot of runes. And
More than you have now?
I'm sorry?
More than you have now?
Yes. A lot more. And I tried to hide it. But it didn't go very well. My dad's pretty gullible, so hiding it was pretty easy, but my mom could see right through. And although I wanted to skip the council meeting that day, they made me go and to see if anyone there could help and see what was going on. And the commander never liked me. He didn't like me sitting in on the meetings, even though I was going to take over the role of archivist when my parents were done with it. But he would call me a child and ask why I was there, and that the meetings were confidential, and he was going on that spiel and before he saw me that day, and all of a sudden he was very interested. So the meeting happened. We ran some tests. He tried to use a measurement device of some sort. I think it was about the circles of spells, how high my abilities went. It broke. And then he was really interested. He realized I could sort of charge the magical devices around. And eventually I was starting to feel pretty drained, but it took a while. And so my parents were like, okay, that's enough. Later. We'll come back later. I went home. Well, I fell asleep on the carriage ride home because I was very exhausted from that. And then I had a dream again, but it was with other Weaveborn. I was speaking with one, and he asked if I smelled smoke, and I did. And then I woke up, and I was in my room, and it was on fire. And then everything else happened. Well, and then I woke up back under the council building in his lab. And from then on, he drained my powers constantly, periodically. And I told him to just take them. I didn't want them. Just take them, let me go. I wouldn't say anything. But he said if he took them all, then I'd die. And I had about 2 runes left when I escaped.
Sybil, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's over now, I think.
I will make sure that you don't fall into that again. No one deserves a fate like that.
That's why he cannot find out that there's more. He thinks I'm the only one, and he still doesn't know how I got these powers. I refused to tell him.
He will not learn from me. I promise you that. I am not the biggest fan of authority in the first place. We will be out of here soon. That is the main reason why I was interested in helping the captain earlier today. I heard them mention pirate. And well, my first thought was someone that could get us out of here without asking too many questions. Sorry to pull you into that.
No, it's all right. I
Just was
wouldn't have
awful.
wanted her to be captured either.
And again, I am so sorry for what happened earlier today. bringing that on you without any kind of warning.
That's okay. You didn't know, and it was important to know it before going back out, not in disguise. Oh, I don't know if the guards here have them. The Mystic Elite definitely do, but
Yeah.
there are
Yes.
magic items powered by me around now, and they're very powerful. So if you ever see something with one of these, and she like reaches into her empty bag pretty much and pulls out just like a glowing blue crystal that's making her runes around her start to flash up her arm.
They respond to your runes on your body, so there's
They
still
are.
a connection.
Yes, this is. I wasn't really able to cast spells before I took this from the guard, and well, he caught me, and that's when you found me.
You said you had 2 runes whenever you left, but you have more now.
Yes, it looks like they can come back, which I don't really feel great about, because that means I really am an unlimited supply.
Potentially, we don't know if the items that they made from you are losing power or not. It could be that that power is escaping into the aether and returning to you, or it could be renewable magic. I'll do some looking into this, as well as getting rid of your bracelet.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Is that the commander's work or someone else's?
It's. Let me get it real quick.
Mhm.
It's the head inventor's work, Calliope Fulmir. But
Calliope Fulmir.
the commander altered them to where they didn't have a way to come off. She tried to get them off. She's the one who helped me escape.
Do I know much about Calliope's work, GM?
You would know that a lot of the technological advancements that have happened in Gloria over the past couple of decades have been her work. She is like head inventor, head designer. Like she is like your like antithesis of an artificer, like inventor infusing with magic. Like it's a whole thing. She's also you would know probably as well that she's probably like from like public things that have been shared around. She's been for the what's the word? The reintroduction of magic into Gloria, because the technological advancements that could be made along with the help of magic, she's like that's limitless. So she's definitely been all for it too. So
Got you.
yeah, that's what you would know.
Interesting. I have a few ideas on how they may work. Also, one of those murals earlier also had one of the heroes. One of the 7 had purple eyes just like yours. The exact color and everything.
He must have been chosen by Mystra at the time.
It's just a thought. It's a very hard color to forget. First time I saw it was 2 years ago?
Who had it?
Yeah.
Is there another one?
It was you, of course. I remember seeing you in a carriage a long while ago.
She's like thinking back.
Sorry, I have good memory. I was standing outside of I was running. It was one of the first what I thought was breakthroughs for my friend's curse.
You were talking
Um,
about medicine. You were looking for medicine.
Yes, I was outside of an apothecary. That potions don't
gosh.
have any effect.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I was on the way to the council meeting.
That night.
It was that night.
A rough night for a lot of people, then. I will leave you to get some rest, Sybil. Unless you had any more questions, of course.
Maybe later.
Yes.
A lot right now.
Good night, Sybil. And if you don't want to be alone, I have coming from like under one of his jacket sleeves would come a little. 1 second,
Oh, fella.
Little
Oh my god, Jay.
orangish, a little orangish red snake would kind of curl out from around his arm. He's a very good cuddler.
Russ just
Are you
sticks out his little tongue, and you can swear he's like smiling at you. Not like creepily, but is giving you just like a little like cutesy smile.
Are you sure? I still feel like he kind of died the first time because of me.
I've made calls before where it's resulted in him dissipating, disassembling. He doesn't die per se. I just have to summon him back from the Feywild, and he holds no hard feelings. Especially, he'll reach into his bag and provide an orange. Especially if you feed him some orange slices.
Okay.
Just his little tongue just bleps out and is just looking at the orange with big eyes.
She'll kind of reach out her other arm so he could little slither.
She'll just gently coil around Veldren's arm and then coil onto yours. We'll just very, very gently just kind of slip up your shoulder, and we'll just kind of just nuzzle against you. Yeah, Russ is very, very, very sweet boy. We love Russ.
I love
What
snakes.
kind of fucking snake eats oranges?
This
The
one.
Fey kind.
The Fey kind, Tom.
He's not a real snake. He just takes the form of a snake.
No. Russ, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. You are a real snake. You are a real
He's
snake.
not a real snake, buddy. I know this is your favorite form to be in. I know you like to slither around. I know you don't like having legs for whatever reason. He gets really offended when I ask him to be something with legs.
That just narrows his eyes at you, Veldren. Just sticks out his tongue a little bit.
I didn't say I was going to.
So fish and snakes, that's all he gets.
Yes, I don't think he wants to sleep with me tonight. I don't think he wants to cuddle with me tonight now after I said that. I think you're stuck with him tonight, Sybil.
Okay.
I'll meet you back here in an hour or so we can go meet the others. I let them know that we would be staying at a friend's of mine. So they shouldn't worry too much about where we've gone.
Thank you for everything.
Ash, a couple of they all winked at me for whatever reason.
I have to give this to you. I'm sorry in advance.
Oh?
And she gets out the packaged shirt and she's like, I was changing when they picked this out. I don't know.
This is also your first time seeing it too, I think.
Yep. I don't know. They Astra and Aridia picked this out for you.
That's weird. They both said that it was a gift from you.
Everything was free. Nothing. No.
Excellent. And I'll
They do
unwrap
think
it
we're
and pull
dating,
it
which
out.
I told them we're not multiple times.
Where would they get that from?
I don't know. Doris thought we were dating too, and we had just met 5
I've
minutes
just
before.
been friendly to you.
That's what I said.
That's all I've done.
That's what I said. I said Veldren's just nice.
It's like masculine and feminine presenting people can't be friends without someone thinking they're dating.
I know. I agree. It's a problem.
Absolutely, it is. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Anyways, here's the shirt they picked out. I don't know what.
And I'll pull it out and I'll look at it. And I'll look at Sybil's dress.
I see.
Look at it.
I see.
It matches.
Yes. Yes.
I get. Okay.
It should be fine.
Yeah.
I do not mind too much. And besides, you have an amazing looking outfit as well. You look amazing.
Thank you. I'm gonna.
going to
Yeah.
go
I'm.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
and go get
Yeah.
some rest before we go meet the
There's
others.
that. Veldren, yeah, you leave the room, and Sybil, yeah, you have Rust. You can feed him some orange slices. He's very cuddly and gentle with you, and then he'll just kind of like curl up on the bed next to you, and yeah, you have some time to rest and think about the roller coaster of a day you've just had. But it seems like, hey, maybe you'll have a ship to go on soon.
Yeah.
Maybe. Meanwhile, Cordelia quite literally storming through the streets, looking for the tall tankard. And that is where we are going to end today's session, everybody. Sorry, we went a little long there, but there are definitely some conversations that need to happen. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, everybody. Thank you so much to our wonderful guest player, Morgan, for joining us. Cordelia is so wonderful. Literally, we have been just yapping about Cordelia constantly. Having to keep it from everyone has been, it's been killing us, actually. But we are so excited to have this wonderful character join us for the next few sessions. Thought it might not be very long till a silly ship got stolen. That was rough. Anyways, quite what happened there at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, let's have everyone go around and introduce themselves and where they can be found on all the socials. I think we will start with our wonderful guest, Morgan.
Oh my goodness. Hello! My name is Morgan, otherwise known as Attack on Morgan. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky Threads, all at Attack on Morgan. You can catch me on Wednesdays on the off weeks of Tales of Agius doing New Rawless. Same bat channel, same bat time. Dyson Autism channel at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I play our lovely resident sad girl rogue cleric Zelovi, with a lot of these wonderful chuckle fucks. It's a great time. Come check it out. You can also find me on the Pick Your Poison Productions YouTube channel. I do the Roguelike Rumbles, live, interactive, immersive D&D shows where the audience gets to participate. While these player v players fight each other to the death to win a champion's coin. I will not be in the Rumble that is tomorrow at the Roguelike Tavern in Burbank, California, starting at 8 p.m. Pre-questing starts at 7 p.m. It is the Season 4 premiere of the Roguelike Rumbles, and it's gonna be a great time. The characters that are in it are amazing. It's going to be awesome. Please come to it if you can. And if you can't, because you're like, well, I don't live in California, check out Pick Your Poison Productions on Twitch, as it will be live streamed onto Twitch tomorrow night as well. I also do Rumble Ventures on that same channel, which are one-shots within the world of the Rumbles, of what do these characters do, and they're not trying to kill each other. And I do Dreadful over there, which is a horror-based TTRPG stream where every time we play a different horror TTRPG, as well as same characters, different universes. It's a great time, super fun. You should check it out. If you live in the greater Los Angeles area, April 4th and 5th, I am in a Peter Pan ballet at Releve Revelry Productions at the Jax Theater in Los Angeles. Very excited. We are completely sold out. Which is very exciting, very cool. However, if you donate to the Releve Revelry coffee link, you will be able to get access to our full professional recorded video of the performance. So check that out. Also, please donate. It is a completely It's a production company that my friends run, so it's completely like self-funded. So if you want to help fund it for the more shows that we're going to do, please do. It's a great company. It's an all levels dance company. So we have people that have never danced before, and we have people that have been doing dance for 14 plus years, and everybody in between. Very cool. Come check it out. I just wrapped on a short film last week done by Showtime. That's SHEAUX time. Check them out. That should be coming out sometime in April. I believe we're going to have a screening for it. Keep an eye out on my socials for that. I am in the one shot that is being done on this channel. That's gonna be very, very fun, that Abigail will talk more about, because Abigail has more of the information than I do, but I'm part of that, and I'm very excited. I will be playing a very fun subclass of rogue. It's gonna be great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's all I can announce right now. Oh, I'm gonna be at WonderCon. I always forget this one. I'm gonna be at WonderCon at the end of March. WonderCon at the Anaheim Convention Center. I will be cosplaying all 3 days. I will be Starfire on Friday. I will be part of a modern day Critical Role group that I put together, and I will be Dorian Storm. And on Sunday, I'm a part of a Power Punk Girls group, and I will be Blossom. So Powerpuff Girls, but punk. So if you see me there, please say hi. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited. And that's it for me.
Incredible. Thank you so much to our wonderful guest, Morgan. And then we'll go to Gale of Waterdeep. I mean, Jay, sorry.
You stole my bit. You stole my bit. I was gonna. Hello, I'm Gale from Waterdeep.
That's not what you say. You say howdy, howdy, howdy.
You licked a spider. A dead spider.
Where can people find you, Jay?
Well, you can find me at Gale of Waterdeep.
I'm gonna. Veldren is dead, actually. Veldren is dead in the safe house. So you find him dead.
Apologies. It was a bit earlier today when someone said I look like Gale and said I need to find a red sash. I just so happened to have a red sash. Don't question it. I'm a cosplayer. Speaking of, you can find me over at my socials at Sequel SEQUO, such as you can find me at that handle at TikTok and Instagram, that one, as well as Twitch, to which I would love to start streaming sometime soon again. You can find me over at Blue Sky at Voice of Jaca, Jaca. It's where you can listen to my nerdy little ramblings, which I need to start doing more of. You can find me here every Wednesday, either playing everyone's favorite lovable rogue, Veldren Filafar, or everyone's not so favorite, Eloquence Bard, Harlan McCown. You can also find me being a part of that special little one-shot that Abigail will talk more about, playing as a special little sorcerer. Just a little guy. He's just a little guy. And one thing that we can start talking about that B mentioned the last time we were here, I will be one of the cast members of the Tales Guild's newest running campaign that will be coming along soon. I will be one of the members of Stars in the Night, which I'm not going to talk too much about my character yet, but let's just say they're trauma-filled.
You playing a character that's traumatized? What?
Veldren's
Anyway,
not traumatized. Veldren has the least trauma here.
Yet.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you very much,
But
Jay.
that's where you can find me.
Yeah, and then we will go to Abigail.
Hello. Let me make sure I'm not muted. Yay, I'm not. Okay.
You're not.
Hi, I'm Abigail, also known as Abigail the Nerd. On all the socials, you can find me here playing Sybil on Wednesdays, and then on the other Wednesdays, you can find me playing Lunara on New Rollis. And Echoes of Actor episode 4 of 6 comes out tomorrow. Very excited. Things really amp up. Getting into Charlie's backstory in flashbacks, and that's very fun. And I love if y'all ever watch one of my projects, I'm begging that it's this one. Echoes Factor is so beautiful. And so please watch it. It's coming out tomorrow. And then we've got a one shot over here next Thursday, everyone. It's next Thursday. If you haven't seen my ads on TikTok, it's because TikTok hates me personally. And so my worlds are colliding. My home game DM, Ashton, aka Dust, is over with Not Quite Proficient, and that is a non-profit that works towards giving supplements and advice for people who would like to learn Dungeons and Dragons. And so Dust is going to come on over here and run a one-shot using their adventures pack through Not Quite Proficient. All of us in it are going to be doing new subclasses that are in it and play some pretty wacky characters. If anyone's followed my socials long enough to know about Iris Jones, the Satyr rogue thief at the time, who had a lot of shenanigans because it was basically me versus Dust as the DM in that campaign, I will be returning as that character, but playing a bard subclass. We've got Morgan, Jay, B, Nate, and myself as players, and then Ashton is DMing, and we're going to be playing a one-shot called Auntie Knows Best, where we're going to help a sweet, sweet woman named Morgantha. We're going to go help her. We're going to go help her transport an artefact, and she's so nice, and she's so sweet. And nothing bad is going to happen in that. So it's going to be wacky. We made some wild characters. Pure chaos is going to happen. So please tune in for that. It's going to be very, very fun. And that's where you can find me.
Amazing. And then we will go to the wonderful Hans.
Hello, I am Hans. You can find me across all social media at HansKate. And I have a bit of a list this time. This doesn't happen very often.
Ooh!
All of the Saturdays.
Everyone's got so many things to talk about this week. It's great.
All of the Saturdays going forward in the month of March, you can find me over on Logomancy, Saturdays at 3 p.m. CST, where we'll be playing Emergent, run by the amazing Quinn, and we are fundraising for Trans Lifeline. So that'll be the rest of March. We're one session in, and my cheerleader is also an Apex Predator, so that's all I'm saying. It's hot. In April, you can catch our next session of Candela Obscura with our Circle of Wires and Whispers over on Pocket Dragon Pub. That is run by the amazing Vixie Bell. And I guess watch socials for date and time. I don't remember what day we're playing, and that's on me because I'm a bad player. Alternating Wednesdays, you can find me here playing Aridia. Alternating Wednesdays, you can find me over on New Age Geeks for Queer and Present Danger. And then also, just as a reminder for all of you lovely people watching, that nominations do open for this year's Crit Awards starting on April 1st, and that nomination window does close on April 30th. We have so much, you guys, and I cannot wait. The board and I are we're so excited, you guys. There's so many amazing things that'll be coming out in the next few weeks, so keep an eye on all of our Crit Awards socials for announcements, including theme and some other really fun things. So yeah, I think that is everything.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And we will go down to Jet.
Hi, I'm Jet, also known as Cos Pingu. You can find me. I'm back on Twitter. I'm sorry, y'all. You can find me TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky as Cos Pingu. You can also find me here every other Wednesday playing my Stargirl Astra. And last and kind of new, I'm opening up my art commissions, limited slots. Yeah, I'll be posting publicly my prices and rates. But yeah.
Hell yeah. It's all the wonderful art you see here. So if you want your own, go get those commissions right now, because they're going to sell out.
I drew all of our character art for this game, including Morgan's.
The way
Who I-
the way Jet and I have been absolutely frothing at the mouth about Cordelia's art for literally weeks, just being like, "We want to
I
show you
didn't-
all. We want to show you all."
I
but we
didn't even
can't.
have a name for them. Like I have them titled as Morgan Aegis, where everybody else's character is like by their character's name. But I have been using them for like my reference sheet for like sketch, line art, flat color, full render. So I'm like, okay, now I can post them.
It's literally all we've heard.
It's been great.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to show you
that's
guys'
me.
character. They're
Thank
so
you.
hot.
I'm passing
Amazing.
this over to the person that my character has a date with next session.
Well, we'll see about next session. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of things happening, but we'll see.
To the
It
person
probably
who
won't-
plays the. There we go.
Yeah.
It probably won't be next session. In fact, I'm gonna call it.
Probably
It's
won't.
gonna be next session.
No.
Bishop's got a lot of planning stuff to do. But
Where
hello,
can people find you?
hello, buddy. I'm that one warlock. I make sass characters you've ever seen on the internet that sometimes flirt with really pretty star ladies. And you can find me here every single Wednesday, either playing everyone's favorite werewolf dilf, or as playing everyone's favorite dead twink. And you can find me all across the social medias at that one warlock, except for one, but you'll have to find that one yourself. And if you find it, no, you didn't. My mom's Catholic; she will kill me.
Okay. Chris, well, thank you for that, Tom. And then last but certainly not least, hey everybody, I'm B. I'm Dungeon Master of Tales of Agius. You can find me here every other Wednesday DMing Tales of Agius and putting all six now of these wonderful players through literal hell as I take everything from them and make their lives a living hell. But they enjoy it and they come back every other week. So, I mean, I guess they're enjoying it. I guess they want me to torture them. I don't know. It's a weird thing. We're not gonna think about it too much. Anyway, you can find me here DMing, and then every other Wednesday you can find me over on New Rollis, playing the wonderful Ajax, aka Myla. And if that name doesn't make sense to you, you're like, what, Myla? You should definitely go watch last session. A big change happened. You should definitely go check it out. It was a very special episode for me and my character. So yeah, you should go check it out. Please also go check out Era 313, which is our wonderful sci-fi podcast that is on all podcasting platforms. Season 2 has been fully funded, and will be starting production very, very soon. We're very excited about that. So if you want to see more of my wonderful character 2, you will get to see that soon. It's going to be very, very fun. I'm very excited. But yeah, all 8 episodes of Season 1 are available on all podcasting platforms, primarily Spotify. So if you want to go check them out over there, please do. Yeah, it's a great show. We're very passionate about it. It's very, very fun. You can also find me next Thursday in the one shot that has been previously mentioned. I will be playing my wonderful character, and I'm very excited. It's gonna be a very fun time. We're all very excited. It's gonna be a very chaotic group. Ashley is gonna be a wonderful DM. I'm very excited. It's gonna be super fun. Stars in the Night will be starting at the end of this month, so please come check that out. That is another project that I'm gonna be DMing. It is my entry into the not only the masks system but also my entry into the magical girl region, as we're going to be doing a fun style magical girl campaign. It's going to be very, very fun. We have a bunch of very wonderful players for that, which will be going up on the socials very, very soon. We're very excited about it, and yeah, it's going to be very, very fun. March 30th, come check it out. It's going to be very, very fun. And I think that's everything, unless I've forgotten. So I think that's it. So thank you all very, very much for watching. I know we went a little longer than expected. We had a long session today, but we had a lot to get through. But thank you all so much. Words are great. I love words. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all here next week for New Rollis, and 2 weeks for the return of Tales of Agius.
Wanna
Say
raid?
goodbye, everyone. What?
Do we want to raid?
Who should we rate to? That's a good question. Do we have someone we
well,
want to rate to?
Kiki's
You have someone
live.
in mind?
My
Yes, we're going over to Kiki.
twin. Share the love to my twin.
It's Kiki Do Stuff on Twitch, right?
Yeah, Kiki do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I streamed with that wonderful bean for so long. I remember. Slash raid. You do stuff. The raid has been created.
Yay!
All right, everyone, go over there. Give Kiki a wonderful raid. They are a wonderful bean, and we will see you all very, very soon. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everyone.
Bye, everyone.